Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Morning Dooger. How's it going, guys? How's your day going so far? Hi, everybody. I'm getting a stream in before I go camping. I want to go camping so bad. Have fun. Think of us. You mean Saturday evening? Yuck, 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 yuck. These good time zone goofs. Tershai, thank you so much for the 11 months. Rob Poe, thank you so much for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Sayan Adam, thank you for the 23 months. Static Pencil, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. Mana Leaf Tea, thank you for the 7 months. Bexters, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Katogungu. I appreciate it. And Kalu, thank you so much for the 10 months. Miss Natural Fibers, thank you for the 6. And Saucy Nacho, thank you for the biddies. Thanks for hosting Imperial Girl. It's a great streamer I've never seen before. That's what I want to do. I want to host like creative streamers and stuff that people don't watch very often. It blows my mind. There's so many people that are doing really cool stuff that are really personable and really fun to watch. And just every time I tune in, I'm like, why are there only like 15 people here? It blows my mind. It blows my mind. What if I like dogs more than cats? That's fine. Are these gray hair? Where? More. Give me more gray hair. Addy9, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. Library Lad, thank you for gifting a sub to Ace Angel. Welcome to the Cat Gang as well. Spuddy Muffin, thank you for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Library Lad, thank you for gifting a sub to Lady Jan. Lady Jan, welcome to the Cat Gang. Clumsy Goose Cat, thank you for the 5 months. Hugh Endebushes, thank you so much for subscribing. Nag, thank you so much for the 16 months. Vaiku, thank you for the 11. And Why Not Zoidberg, thank you for the 22. The music is still going. You don't want to jam out? I didn't realize the music was still going. How are Daddy and the baby? They're good. They're good. She, it wasn't for the whole night, but she had another stretch last night of that, like, I'm just going to sit here and make fussing noises for hours. So... yeah, she slept really good until I want to say like 4 a.m. and then spent from 4 to 7 just kind of like I was just like, what is going on? What's happening? So growing probably sucks. It must, right? At least she's not crying. She's just fussing around. Rain Dance, thank you for the 7 months. Haluja, thank you so much for the 6. Kaylee Nicole, thank you for the 14. Game Tank, thank you for the 4. Fallen Vixta, thank you for the 5. Blaze Utz, thank you for the 37. Lurker Panda, thank you for the 16. And Nag, thank you for gifting a sub to Sierra Barnett. Welcome to the Cat Gang. It's on the docket for today. We're going to do like the normal 2 hours. Felicia Day is doing a really good charity for families that are at the border. So that's who we're going to be rating at the end. If you wind up needing to leave for whatever reason, before you do, please check them out. Read about what they're doing and who they're supporting and all of that stuff. Because I think that it's awesome that she's doing that. So we've got that. That's honestly the big reason why I'm hesitant to go longer today, because I know that she's doing that and I would love for more people to be watching her. But we're very close to finishing Vampyr. So I'm just like, fuck, I want to finish it so bad. So maybe we'll take the time to finish that game. And then shoot everybody over. Already donated. They're off to a great start. Yeah, they've already hit their goal. But, like, it's awesome. I'm watching Felicia stream at the same time. Hell yeah. Multi-stream us. Multi-stream us. Grumpy Grundle, thank you for the 21 months. Zephyrus1, thank you for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Bye-bye, Gurgi. Thank you so much for subscribing. Caffey Knight, thank you for the 3 months. And Z1, or Zeon, thank you so much for subscribing. I used to get really painful growing pains as a kid. I don't remember. Maybe it's because I didn't grow much. But I don't remember. I had a lot of friends who had really painful growing pains at like specific times in our lives, and I remember not. I can only think of one time where everything was hurting, and my mom was like, "It's probably growing pains." And beyond that, not really. Don't remember it. No, we haven't seen the newest My Hero. Literally was asleep before this. I got really tall really fast. It was not fun. Yeah, I feel so bad for I know a lot of people who were tiny, were like my size, and then over the course of a summer were suddenly huge. And I'm like, that must hurt. That must hurt to grow that much so fast. Oof. Avi, thank you for gifting us up to Duchess of Sass. Duchess, welcome to your 8th month. And Ankoa, thank you so much for the 6 months. Yeah, I did not. I was the kid that I remember so vividly as a 8th grader. So when you're in 8th grade, at least for me, I was 13 in 8th grade. I remember going into the bathroom, and the school that I went to was K through 12. I left for high school. I went to a public school for high school. But I was 13, went into the bathroom, and there was a 4th grader in there who the second she saw me was like, "You're short," because she was taller than me. And I was like, fuck you. Except I couldn't say that because Jesus was watching. Chrono Reaper, thank you for the 16 months. Viction, thank you for the 3. And Nikki Bedna, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. Fourth graders. So sassy. My grade is double your grade. Thank you very much. Capgun, thank you so much for the 19 months. I saw a YouTuber with horizontal stretch marks from growing tall really quickly. Yeah, I know somebody who has some stretch marks and they think that it's from growing up, which I think is fascinating. I have marks around my legs and arms and back due to growing too fast. Man. Gotta hit him with the old "my dad could beat up your dad." As a 13-year-old, you're right. That never gets old. My dad could beat up your dad, and I'm not short. I have stretch marks from getting too buff too fast. Sam has some of those from when he was like, I don't want to be a tiny boy anymore, and just like went really ham at the gym. He's got like a few stretch marks on his arms. I really like stretch marks though. I've told you guys that before because we talked about stretch marks a lot while I was pregnant. I'm seriously, this might sound stupid, but I'm bummed that I got no stretch marks out of that pregnancy. How is my skin that elastic? I'm 30. Give me at least a couple. What the fuck? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for somebody like me who thinks that they look really cool. Dark Elf Themsby, thank you so much for the 44 months. Nag, thank you for gifting a sub to Mighty Deacon. Welcome to your 6th month. VDK Spirit, thank you for the 4 months. And Jazz Jackrabbit, thank you so much for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. No battle scars. No battle scars from making a baby? Come on. You want gray hair and stretch marks? I do. And gray hair looks fucking awesome. I like stretch marks. I don't know. It's kind of like when I see really like high contrast, high focus pictures of super old people, you know, and you can see like every single wrinkle on their face and every fold in their face, and I'm just like, that looks incredible. Like there's something so like taking a picture like that is the opposite of putting on a bunch of makeup. You know, it's just like, no, this is every mark on me. This is just like me showing how long I've been alive. Like, I love those pictures way more than I love pictures of people who have done like incredible makeup on themselves. So I think I have some kind of a mental fascination with evidence of age, you know? Like, yeah, their history is on display. I think that's a cool way to put it. I just love like things that make it things that are just forever, you know, that say like I've been alive. I don't know. Gerontophilia? What is that? Hold on, I'm looking it up. Gerontophilia. No, that's not what it is at all. Sexual attraction to the elderly. Nope, that's not it. There's no Jimmy wrestling that's happening with this. They're not connected. No. Age is Fang, thank you for the 21 months. Shards, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. Shadow Fairy, thank you for the biddies. Be Born Ginger, thank you for the 4 months. Great Sage Sun, thank you for the 6. And Nag Nag, thank you for gifting us up to You Are the One that I Want. Isn't it though? No, I don't want to bang an old person. And I don't look at an old person and be like, oh my. It's nothing like that. It's like a fascination, I think. Do you like other old stuff like houses and trees? Yes. I cried when there's a tree on our property that had been there for my whole life. It was a curly willow that had been there my whole life, and we had really bad freezing rain that like broke a bunch of it, and I got really sick and died. And I cried over it. I was really sad that this tree that had been there my whole life was destroyed by fucking icicles. It's like, how? I can't believe it. Little Sam say when you start complimenting him on his wrinkles, he found like a little silver hair in his beard, and I was like, he plucked it out, which makes sense because it wasn't like there was salt and pepper everywhere. You know, there was just one, and it was like, there's the white hair and like silver hair is so much coarser, you know, so the rest of his hair was behaving, and then there was one that was just like, hello. So he was like, no, thank you. But I got really excited. Yeah, I love old buildings. If I was going to do, last stream, we were talking about people that buy like really rundown houses and spend the rest of their life like kind of fixing them up over time. If I was going to do that, I would buy an old ass house, like a really old house. But at the same time, I feel like those are the houses where you buy them and then somebody comes by and they're like, so there's black mold everywhere. All of the wood needs to be replaced, right? This house is going to collapse on your family, right? I don't want that. Isn't this mug amazing? So my friend Alice Zhang, you can look her up. Alice XZ is her name on pretty much everything. She does like lots of paintings and stuff, and she's fucking crazy talented. She got us this mug. It's got a cat on one side and a dog on the other. It says, waking up is hard to do. I unpacked it, and she was like, I'm so sorry. It's so big. I'm so sorry that that's such a big mug. And I was like, what do you mean? It's amazing. The house I currently live in had a tree growing through it when my parents bought it. That's pretty rad. I feel like that would get so... Like, I've seen a house, right, where they were like, we want to build a house around this tree. We don't want to affect the environment negatively, so we want to build a home that, like, incorporates the environment. And my first thought was like, isn't that the messiest shit in the world? Like, isn't it really messy to have a tree just, like, in your house? Yeah, right? There's so many things that rely on trees as part of their ecosystem. You'd be accepting a lot of insects. Like, if you really are saying, I don't want to negatively affect the ecosystem, right? You'd be accepting a lot of insects, a lot of fungus, like just so many things. I don't know about that. Churiko, thank you so much for the 2 months. Corvus Imperial, thank you for the 22. Trueheart, thank you for the 29. I did not watch the Celeste run, but Jeannie was texting me about it. I was like, this is insane. So now I really want to go back and watch it. And Mr. Sandman, thank you for the 21. No spoders in my house. Oh my god, yesterday I was working on my sword for Anime Expo, my Lena sword. I really fucked up my sword like a couple of days ago. It was while Angie was here. Angie and I were working on stuff. She was making scabbards, and I was trying to like finish up my sword up until the point that it needed to be painted, and I just like I broke it. I totally broke it at the hilt. And not only that, I got it stuck. Like, once she made the scabbard, I got it stuck inside of the scabbard. So we had to open up the scabbard again to get the sword out. And like, oh my god, it was a nightmare. And there was a point where she was like, should we just start over? Like, this is a nightmare. But I got it working again. I remade the hilt, and I think that it's fine now. But what was the point? What was the point that I was trying to make? Oh, I was outside. I was working on my sword yesterday, and the mailman came up and was like, "Hey, do you want me to just hand you your mail?" I was like, "Sure." Walks over and grabs my mail, and the guy goes, "There's a spider literally right there." And I was like, yeah." He goes, "Do you want me to get rid of that for you or anything? Like, I'm not scared of spiders, just asking if you are." And I was like, I would rather it stay. Have you seen the number of insects around I would rather that it just stayed. He was like, all right. There was just this big spider just like chilling. I was like, I feel like he's going to do me more help. More help than harm. Noburu, thank you for the 8 months. Casterson, thank you so much for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Soul Hamster, thank you so much for subscribing. Arms Like Noodles, thank you so much for subscribing. Both of you, welcome. Almighty Cactus, thank you for the 18 months. Oh, I'm so sorry that you had a bad week. I hope that you have fun with us today. You deserve it. Line 80. Thank you for the 10 months. Indecisive Volkova, thank you so much for the 22. And Pesmundingo, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. Yeah, do you remember when I was saying that there was like a little daddy longlegs that was walking around, and then I saw another daddy longlegs walking around somewhere else in the house, and we were like, oh, a daddy longlegs probably had a bunch of babies. Not the flying daddy longlegs, like American daddy longlegs, just the spiders that are just little dots with giant legs. So yeah, I keep seeing them around the house, and I was telling everybody the other day, there's one that's like right next to our oven, because that's where ants keep somehow getting in, and it's an ant graveyard in there. So daddy longlegs means a different insect or a different type of thing depending on where you live. So I was just establishing that daddy longlegs here is a spider. It is not for like Sam. For Sam, it's not a spider. Two daddies, Pride Month. Crane flies, yes. Some people call crane flies daddy long legs. Sam does. But that's not what they mean here. I'm scared of both types. Look, if they're eating the ants, I'm in. Those are the spiders that, at least we were always told, there was no point in being scared of them because they literally couldn't bite you. Like their bodies are like so tiny, like they can't bite you. Those are also the spiders that my dad used to do, the stupid dad thing where he would like grab it off the wall. He'd be like, oh man, a spider, delicious. And he would gently grab it off the wall and then go, and hold it in his hand and be like, nom, nom, nom. And I'd be like, it was like the next level of I've got your nose. It was like, delicious spider. I'd be like, oh. But I kept thinking to myself as an adult or person, I kept thinking, what if child me was like, I guess you can eat spiders, and tried to just start eating spiders? Right? Like, what if I was that kid? I was like, I guess eating spiders is fine. Raptor McAwesomepants, thank you so much for the biddies. I'm doing a Kaminari cosplay for AX. I'm having trouble figuring out how to do his hero costume headset. Oh, shit. Kaminari, what does your headset look like? Kaminari is the electrocution kid who turns into a fucking idiot. Oh, that's right. He's just got like a little beep boop. Oh, I feel like you can do this pretty easily. I don't want to look at too many pictures just in case there's fucking spoilers in Google Images. Look at this dumb boy. Wait a minute. Look at this dumb boy. No, why does it save as a website? That's not what I want. Yes. Here we go. This is worth it, I swear. I swear this is worth it. Look at this dumb boy. That should be my BRB screen today. Be right back, y'all. Being a dumb boy. How would you make that? I feel like there are things that already look like that. Like, honestly, that shape, I love him. I love him too. He's so great. That shape is reminds me of like an old flip phone. If you just got like a headband, spray painted old flip phone and just put it there with a little antenna. Yeah, I feel like these looks like things that already exist. I'm trying to think of what else looks like that. Happle, thank you so much for subscribing. B. Taylor, thank you so much for subscribing. Nerds of the Hawk, thank you for the 8 months. Stoltime, thank you so much for the 10. Harkness, thank you for the 3. Demepi, thank you for the 2. 14391813, thank you for the 23 months. Reginald, thank you so much for subscribing. And Hawk, thank you for the 50 months. Oof, 50, hell yeah. I can't stop looking at that picture. It's fucking funny shit. Anyways. How are you and the Babs today? We're good. She slept pretty all right last night. Oh, Danny, are you so excited to be sleeping in a room right next to where baby happens? She's still sleeping in our bedroom, actually, so you'll probably be fine. Danny and his girlfriend are staying with us for Anime Expo. And every time we talked about it, I was like, just remember there's a baby in this house. There's a newborn ass baby in this house who might scream a lot. How many times have you cried because she's growing so fast? Only the once. There was only one time when I went to put her in. So there's a sleeper, like a newborn sleeper, that had little dinosaurs all over it. And We kept putting her in it because it was so cute. It had like little dinosaur feet on the bottom, and it had a big old stegosaurus on the butt and stuff. It was so cute. And Sam, as a kid, loved dinosaurs, so we kept being like, "Oh man, she's got little dinosaurs all over. So cute." And there was one day where I went to put her in it, and it didn't fit anymore. She was too long for it, and I was like, "What? What? She's too big for it. What? Oh man, I was so sad." How many times have you cried because you're so tired? I can think of 2 times that it hasn't been because I'm tired. It's been because it's been a like a double up of I'm tired and I don't know why she's crying. Right? I can push through the I'm so tired right now if I'm still meeting her needs. You know, if I'm like she's hungry and when she's done eating, I can sleep. Like I'll be okay, you know? Or I'm so tired, but she just wants to be snuggled for a little bit. I can do that, you know? It's when she's upset and nothing that I'm doing is helping. And I'm also so tired, right? There have been a couple of times where Sam's like looked over at me, like woken up a little bit and looked over at me, and there's just like big old tears just falling down my face while I'm just holding her, just like I don't know what to do. And Sam's always like, "Why don't you wake me up? Why don't you wake me up when you get to this point? Like this doesn't make any sense." It's like I don't know what to do. It's only happened a couple of times. But it's the worst feeling. It sucks so bad when you're just like exhausted and the baby is exhausted. Like it's obvious you're both so tired, right? And you just don't know how to get them to a calm place where you can both move on. They just don't want to be calmed down. I don't wake him up because it happens so fast. It goes from I've got a handle on this to I do not have a handle on this. And then you're just like you're kind of erratic at that point, you know? So only a couple times is pretty good. Yeah, you know, one for each month that she's been alive so far. Avi, thank you for gifting a sub to B9 Chomps. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Wiz King, thank you so much for the 21 months. Berserkir, thank you for the 45. Natural Philosopher, thank you for the 3. Book Llama, Bank Badass, and Colt Fever. All of you, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much for the support. Nag, thank you for gifting a sub to Matt Zan. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Dodge This, thank you for the biddies. Midnight to Maiden, thank you so much for subscribing. And Pip Hop, thank you so much for subscribing. So many new subs, guys. Thank you so much. She's crying because of the economy? Oh, Lord. Wait till she can watch the news. Just mentioned Clark outgrew the dinosaur sleeper. How bad is the delay? Well, I'm reading that now. It's pretty bad. That's a pretty long delay. Hi, Doctor. A girl I like likes you, so you've given me an excuse to talk to her more. Thanks, and I hope Clark as well. Aw. Say hi to her. I have almost no delay on my end. Interesting. Yeah, try refreshing. That mug is everything. Isn't it so good? Alice picking out the good mugs. Dodge This, thank you for gifting us up to Robin Hoods. Welcome to your 7th month. And Gallerhead, thank you for the 15. Are you going to pierce her ears or let her do it when she's older if she wants? Oh, I'm going to let her do it if she wants to do it. I don't judge people that pierce their kids' ears when they're tiny. I'm not going to do that. No. I had so many problems with piercing my own ears. Like, No, no, thank you. I can't if she has the same sensitivities that I do. I can't imagine dealing with those kinds of like infections on a baby. No, thank you. Not to pressure you or anything, but weren't we going to have a poll? You are so excited for that poll. You mention it. I feel like you mention it almost every time you're here. Yes, we're going to do that poll someday. What about allergies? So I'm supposed to stay away from eating things that she could potentially be allergic to. It could upset her metabolism. So they have told me like it's fine if I eat things like nuts, but maybe don't eat nuts just in case, you know. She can't eat food other than breast milk or formula for a couple months still. They tell you to wait until the baby can reliably like sit up on their own. So if you hit 4 months and they still can't just like sit up fine, then you wait until they can. At least that's what I was told by our pediatrician. So whatever you do, don't let her get them pierced at Walmart. Oh my God. I won't. What's your shirt? It's a Gravity Falls shirt. Gravity Falls, Oregon. I love it. Is it true that kids nowadays have a lot more allergies because they're never exposed to those things? I don't know. I wasn't nearly as careful with food while I was pregnant. And you know, for the most part, she turned out fine. Like I did eat sushi a couple of times while I was pregnant with her. You guys know I still had caffeine and stuff like that, just not excess amounts. So I don't know. Literally the only reason that I'm trying to be more careful now is because I want her to get good sleep, you know? And if things that I'm eating are going to cause her to be so uncomfortable that she doesn't sleep, then it's not worth it, right? I would much rather be more careful about what I eat and eat better food so that she's sleeping better, you know? Killix, thank you so much for the 21 months. Ditto Druid, thank you for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Southern Vices, thank you for the 14. And Nagnag, thank you for gifting a sub to Existential Alpaca. What a good name. Can't resist the sushi. Yeah, I just made sure that it was like good sushi, you know. But I only had it a couple of times, like pretty early on in the pregnancy. Of course I remember you, Hiromatsu. A lot of the people that are here consistently, I recognize their names. So don't say weird shit. I'll remember it's you. No, there are mellow novellas. What? Every time you're streaming, I've been working. No. Even me, of course. Jazz, you're like the only person that I know that has the little Overwatch symbol next to your name. So you've got the double down. I'll always remember who you are. Oh no, all the weird shit that I've said. Future Slang, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. What if I don't comment anything? I'm a silent lurker in the dark watching every stream. Then I probably wouldn't recognize you very well. They're in the game client. What? That's so cool. I'll have to check that out. I haven't played Armello in a while, man. It's so fun. You guys also, you need to remember as well that I read off your guys' names so often. Like, so much of I think it's different if you're the sort of streamer that doesn't interact with chat a lot. I spend so much time reading chat. Like, that's such a majority thing that I'm doing while I'm streaming, that I see your guys' names constantly. Right? Are you still trying Cultist Simulator? I cannot figure that fucking game out. I've tried it maybe 10 times now, and every time I'm like, okay, I'm gonna really take my time and figure out what I'm doing, and it just doesn't compute for me, that game. Evie Power, thank you for the 10 months. Kindly Emperor, thank you for the 22. Library Lad, thank you for gifting a sub. To Yunzable, welcome to the Cat Gang. Nag, thank you for gifting a sub. To Kola the Doctor, welcome to the Cat Gang, both of you. Jimmy! Jimmy's in here. Jimmy Wetzel's in here. Everybody spam Pizza Boy. Jimmy, thank you so much for subscribing. I love you, dude. I'm so sad that I haven't seen you the last couple of times that you've been in town. But I get it. I had a baby. I'm no fun anymore. Pterodactyl, thank you so much for the 6 months. EDZ, thank you so much for the 3. And Melodorf, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. Wee woo, wee woo. You gave birth. Don't apologize. I can wait. Next time you're in town, come over. I'll make dinner. It'll be good shit. I promise. It won't be terrible food. Person named Jeff, thank you for the 2 months. My Fair Pixel, thank you so much for subscribing. And Stoob, thank you for the 49. My mom and I watch your streams all the time. She likes listening to you talk. Aw. Give your mom a smooch for me. Not a weird smooch, just like a I need to buy your sweet angel my ew baby onesies. Wait, do you have baby onesies with your ew emote on them? I will buy the shit out of those. No, I can't keep contributing to this idea that I'm leching up on everybody's moms. It's a not weird smooch. Thick Anime Waifus, thank you so much for subscribing. Thiat, thank you so much for subscribing. Pixel80, thank you for gifting a sub. To Keem6, welcome to the Cat Gang. And Cliche, thank you for subscribing. All of you, welcome, welcome, welcome. Does your baby ever ooh-oo? I think my favorite face that my baby makes that's like pre-crying, it sounds terrible. The like pre-crying face that I love is sometimes when I can tell she's starting to get frustrated, she'll go. Her face will just like do that, and it's so cute. If I see her do that face, I'm like, oh no, we're not upset. We don't need to be upset right now. It's okay. It's so cute. She's just fine, and then she like it's fucking so cute. I love it. I love it. My niece used to do the same thing. It was hilarious. Yeah. So Kaylee, Aaron's baby, also did that, but it wasn't quite as compact. It was like, full on like. So it's hilarious seeing another baby do it, but it's like, it's like pinched in. So frustrated looking. Avi, thank you for gifting a sub to Coop15. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Wade, thank you so much for the host. Gaming Experiences, thank you for the 6 months. Lady Foxfire, thank you so much for subscribing. Draylin, thank you for the 7 months. And Fritz Cap, thank you so much for the 18. Make a betting pool for when Dukes will get an inevitable mom haircut. Today. Goodbye, everybody. I'm going to go get my haircut right now. Baby frustration is adorable. It's, yeah. There's something like really cute about it. And at the same time, you're like, oh no, I've done something that you are not okay. We've been able to like consistently, sometimes when we like repeat an action, we've gotten consistent smiles out of it, which is really fun. So we're like, oh, like the smiles are starting to mean something, you know? But it's hilarious when you do the same thing, smile, do the same thing, smile, do the same thing, smile, do the same thing. And they're just like, no, I'm done. What's considered a mom haircut? A bob. Like short bobs. People call mom haircuts. The baby is a cat. Yeah. You can only do it so much before she's like, stop. I'm over it. Dodger that clip. What? The your mom smells good clip? Super Rave Monster, thank you so much for subscribing. Library Lad, thank you so much for gifting a sub to XRKSVI. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Galen, thank you for the 29 months. Tassuman, thank you for the 2. And Delelim, thank you so much for the 10. I'm so close to a nice even number again. I hope you and the baby are having a good morning. Thank you. And Aranat, thank you for the 16 months. Yes, Clark grabs fingers. Clark likes to hold on to pretty much anything. If it's the right size and you put it there, she'll grab it like as hard as she can. I think I've said this before, but Brett, back at the office, was like, I need to meet this baby while she's still in this stage. He wants so badly to have Clark just. Has the baby tried to touch the cats? No, the cats are still like kind of hovery around her. I think it's because when we first brought her home, I didn't want the cats touching her really. I didn't want them to get comfortable with just like being right next to her. Again, because if I stepped away for a minute and one of the cats just like sat next to her face, it could be like really dangerous. So I was like, keep a distance for a little bit, you know? So I've been letting them sort of come up and sniff her more. I would be fine with them interacting with her now, honestly, but they're still kind of like, is this okay? Are we allowed to do this? Also, what is this thing? Like, they still are not totally sure. Jesse has not met Clark. No, I need to bring her in at a time when he's in there. I've brought her into the office twice, and she has not met them at all. Idaho Bill, thank you for the 38 months. Dag, thank you for gifting a sub to Rentery. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Dig Your Own Hole, thank you for the 11. Radif, thank you so much for the 3. Dajarn, thank you so much for the 7. And Story Searcher, thank you for gifting a sub to Garrett Lefebvre. How devastated would you be if she developed a cat allergy? That would be really sad. When we first had her, so she had baby acne. She had like hella baby acne all over her face, but like the beginning stages of that was there was just like one little acne like all over her body. So it looked like she was getting bit by something, basically. And Sam's mom was with us at the time, and she was like, that looks how it did on Charlie, on our nephew. That looks how Charlie's allergies looked on him when he was a newborn. So she might be allergic to something. So we were like, fuck, what could she potentially be allergic to? And Sam at one point was like, fuck, what if she's allergic to the cats? So we had already like thought about it, you know, like we had already sort of discussed like, what if she is allergic to the cats? That would be really bad. But she isn't. So, phew. Yes, baby acne is a thing. Because acne is hormonal. And if you're breastfeeding, at least this is where they think it comes from. If you're breastfeeding, there's all kinds of hormones in your breast milk, you know? So when they're first born and they're eating all of this breast milk, like their body isn't really sure what to do with all these hormones that are suddenly in there. So a lot of babies develop baby acne. She had it, oh my God, she had it so bad all over her face. We had to get this like no rinse face cleanser for babies and like wipe her face with it fairly consistently, and that helped a lot. Kristen is not, no, when I say they haven't met her, I mean Kristen and Jesse. Neither of them have met her. So my mom is very allergic to dogs, but only minorly allergic to cats. When she came to stay with us, I was really worried because my whole life growing up, my mom was like, "Yeah, I have like a minor cat allergy." So I kept thinking to myself, my mom is going to stay with me for a week, and there are cats all over the house, right? Like, this makes me really concerned. Like, what if my mom at some point is like, I can't stay in this house anymore? Like, it builds up, you know? But she was fine the whole time she was here, which was awesome. And I don't know if that means that she's no longer allergic to cats or if it's just so minor at this point in her life that it doesn't affect her, which is great. And it also makes me wonder about dogs for her. But she's been around dogs. She's still been around dogs. So I'm sure that she's noticed like a difference in herself when she's around dogs, even if it's minor. Allegra works really well. My mom is one of those lovely people who was prescribed every allergy thing under the sun, got the allergy shots, tried every allergy medicine, everything, and it did not work. It doesn't help that we were living, like they still are. The Willamette Valley is like a hotbed of allergens. It's like not a good place to live if you have bad allergies. But that's where we bought a farm. So so my poor mom spent like my whole life growing up. I remember her just like constantly wrestling with everything in the air. Well, the Willamette Valley is in Oregon. It's where I grew up. It is a Gravity Falls shirt. Cute, right? Wouldn't it be easier to buy a farm somewhere else? They will never sell that farm. They will never, ever sell that farm. They've had that farm for 35 years. They bought it when it was a shack and built a house on it. They're never going to give that up. That's like going to be in the family forever. But unfortunately, that means that my mom spent years trying to figure out how to like balance her health with it. Yeah, so that's honestly like when I tell people that my parents spend 6 months out of the year now in like a tiny little house in the desert, people are always like, "Oh my, they have like a winter home in the desert." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's honestly their quality of life is changed, right? Like both of my parents are in their 70s. They have really bad arthritis. It just gets so bad there, you know. So this way they can go to the desert for a certain, you know, number of months. My mom can enjoy sunshine without the allergies. Like, she can be outside as much as she wants in the desert, and there's nothing out there that like even remotely affects her. It's like a wonderland for her, you know. So they're very happy being able to do that, and then being able to, when it gets too hot in the desert, being able to be like, all right, bye. See ya. How does your mom cope with it now? So we don't we don't do the same level of farming that we did when I was younger. And they also, like, the ranch elements of the farm aren't there anymore. They don't have any animals. My mom was allergic to all the animals. We don't have any animals. We just grow grass hay. My mom leaves the house when the grass hay is being like bundled and stuff. She just goes and has a shopping day with my aunt, and just stays away while all that stuff is like getting kicked up into the air. She'll, like, if she can, she'll go outside and plant the garden and plant flowers and things, and just, you know, if she starts to not feel good, she goes, I guess I'll pick this up again tomorrow. You know, she's very, because they're older, I think it's a lot, they're both in more of a mental place where they're willing to be like, well, if I can't finish this today, that's okay. You know, I'll just go inside for the rest of the day. Yeah, my mom's adorable. Both of my parents are adorable. My parents are super cute. I would love to live just in the country. I don't need to live on a full-blown farm. Like, my dad impulse bought an 80-acre farm with a shack on it, right? Like, I don't need that. They have 82 acres in Oregon. They're using like 3 acres of it. You know, like, the rest is just wild, which is awesome. As a kid, that was awesome, right? There was so much to explore, and I loved that. As an adult, looking at that, the ultimate impulse buy, nobody wanted it, right? It was like no money. Nobody wanted it. It was like this town in the middle of nowhere in Oregon. Nobody wanted to live there. It was like a shitty little shack on a tiny piece, not a tiny piece of property, but like just like a tiny shack in the middle of nothing, right? And my dad was like, this is my dream. This is my dream. We're going to move out here. We're going to learn how to be self-sufficient. It's going to be amazing. How do you impulse buy 80 acres of farm? No, it's literally, my dad went to Oregon, saw this place, because my mom and my dad were like, we don't want to live here anymore. We want to go somewhere that's more like country life, more like peaceful. You know, we don't want to raise our kids in the city, essentially. My dad took a trip to Oregon, saw this place, saw that it was dirt cheap, and just bought it. And went back to my mom and was like, I bought a house. And my mom was like, I'm sorry, what? And it's so funny to like hear them talk about it, because my mom is still like, that was the stupidest thing in the world. Like, I love it here now. It's incredible now. I wouldn't give it up for anything in the world now. At the time, I was fucking furious, right? Like, obviously. They lived near San Francisco. But yeah, as an adult, looking at how much work a farm is, you know, knowing how much maintenance there's been for my family the whole time. Like, my dad always wanted to add things, but adding things meant, all right, I'm doing all of the normal maintenance plus extra work, right? Like, so there are so many projects that my dad started that took forever to finish or were just never finished, right? So yeah, it's just a lot of work. Farms are a crazy amount of work. So I would love to live in the country with like a decent amount of like with enough land that I can have like a nice garden and stuff, have some privacy. That's what I want. I don't want a full farm. Maybe have like a little chicken coop. I would love that. Did they build the house too? So the house originally was one room with a bathroom connected. It was literally like a little shack, and they built our house around that. So that's why back in the old days, farmers had big families, right? Like pretty much everybody who works on the farm at this point is family. It's just like family members that my dad hires. He'll be like, yo, what's up? What you doing? You want to make a little money? My nephew comes out sometimes. My cousin comes out sometimes. My aunt comes out and helps with stuff while they're in the desert. IRL Stardew. Like, right? Pinwiz, thank you for the 10 months. Sin Kitty, thank you so much for subscribing. Nightshade, thank you for the 6. Awkward Rin, thank you so much for subscribing. Vluavis, thank you for the 6 as well. Story Searcher, thank you for gifting a sub to MK Mary. Welcome to the Cat Gang. And Eep Yop Toopt, thank you so much for the 3 months. Is any of the original building / shack still remaining? No. Did he try to hire Strippin? He's never put Sam to work, actually. He should. I want to know, like, can Sam do the farm shit? I feel like that's a very American thing, buying a huge plot of land and building a home from the ground up. I don't think that it's a thing that people are really able to do anymore. At least not I've always lived on a coast. I didn't grow up within like good driving distance of the coast, but like I've always lived in coastal states. And I don't think that sort of a thing is really much of an option anymore. Like just the cost to do it is daunting. What? I lived in an Oregon town. Half of my school was related. They had to ask their grandparents before dating somebody and make sure that they weren't related to them. Jesus Christ. I remember in high school, we had a couple kissing cousins situations where I was like, what? Just like, don't tell my mom. All right. Live your bliss, I guess. How is Sam coping? It's tough being a dad since you don't get the initial bond from birth. Oh, are you saying it? Is it hard for him? We both spend so much time with her. I honestly think that it's been really good having this sort of like tag situation. He spends a lot of one-on-one time with her while I'm streaming and stuff, or if I need to go do something, like he watches her. The second that they said we were clear to try bottle feeding her, we did, and she took to it immediately. So he's able to feed her. He's able to, he snuggles her all the time. We both do lots of skin to skin. So honestly, I feel like we both have good like relationships with her at this point. He's eager for her to be at a stage where she gives more feedback. That's why it's so exciting when she smiles a lot. Because right now we don't get a ton of feedback from her. But it's cool. There are things that I remember us being really excited about that are normal now. Like her focusing on us, right? She wasn't able to focus on us and like track us. And once she started doing that, we both noticed at the same time. We were both like, oh my God, she's starting to like follow us with her eyes. That's super cool. And now she, you know, she does it all the time. So like that sort of stuff is cool. We keep being like, what's going to be next? What's the next thing that you're going to do? We're going to be like, oh, sick, you know? I don't know. I don't know what that is, but just like trying to support her development and make her feel, you know, emotionally safe and stuff. Yeah, I've talked a lot about doing sign language with her. They don't recommend that you even try starting to sign things at them until they're 3 months. She just turned 2 months, so she can track. Soon she'll be able to hunt. I'll never forget when she was like almost a month old, I think, and I was holding her and she was just staring at me. And Sam, in true like fucking fighting game fashion, was like, she's downloading you. She's downloading you right now. And I thought that was the funniest shit. She was just like, just staring at me for the longest time. And Sam was like, she's downloading you right now. I wish the word daddy hadn't been ruined. It freaks me out hearing little kids say it now. That word is not ruined for me. Thank goodness. I refuse. It's been so long since I've been here. I hope you're doing well. Oh, Bumblebee, I am doing very good. I hope you're doing good too. There's a cool app called the Wonder Weeks that explains different stages. I've been looking for an app like that. All of the apps that I find are like, here are activities you can do with them. And I'm like, I like that, but I would love to have something that just explains to me, like, this is what they're probably going through right now. This is what they're probably developing currently. I want that. What is it called? Wonder Weeks. I'm going to get it right now because otherwise I'll forget. It makes me cringe when I see children say it. That's weird, guys. That's super weird that you like associate the like, ooh, daddy culture with children. I don't understand that at all. Wonder Weeks. There it is. Alrighty. $2.99? Sure. Why not? Yeah, daddy is still, I think it's because I call my dad daddy. So the word still feels completely innocent. Don't say it in that way anymore. That's what everybody's saying though. That's the connotation that they hear when a child is saying it, and I don't get that. Is there anything that's more challenging than expected, or maybe just as challenging as expected? More challenging than expected. I always knew there are like, I know so many new moms and dads, right? And everybody kept talking about how babies resist going to sleep. Like that it's just this weird thing where babies just like, they don't know what sleep is. They don't know that they're tired. And they will resist going to sleep as hard as they can. Like even when they're exhausted and their eyes are like shutting, they'll like force them back open. And it makes no fucking sense. And And I just always thought that that was such a weird thing, right? And now, like, having to try to put a baby to sleep, I'm like, this is serious. Like, I knew that this was a thing, but it's so weird. It is so weird holding a baby and being like, all right, I'm doing all of the things that should be calming to you, right? Got the noisemaker going. I've got you swaddled. You're sucking on a thing. We're swaying. We're moving around. You should be jazzed to sleep right now, right? You should be in ultimate chill zone. And their eyes will close and you're like, yes, 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 yes. And then they'll be like, and you're like, why? Just keep them closed. It doesn't make any sense. It's so crazy to me. It happens often. Like pretty much every time I try to put her to sleep, she does that. And I'm like, I knew that this was a thing, and I still think that it's fucking weird, right? It's still so bizarre to me. A theory is about attachment, that they're scared that you might not be there when they wake up. Oh, that's real sad. There's a sorry, I'm just like messing with my hair a bunch while I talk. There's a lady that I know who was talking about how her baby, like pretty much any time her baby was jostled, would just like wake up like in a panic, basically. And so she had to start doing this weird thing because she was, every time the baby would sleep, if it fell asleep on her, she would be like, like trying to move so slowly to put the baby somewhere else, and started having to do this thing where she would like purposefully jostle the baby so that it would wake up and be like, oh, you're still here, all right, we're good, and then would go back to sleep, and then she'd jostle the baby again, and the baby would be like, all right, we're still good, and had to do that like over and over and over again, and then put the baby in the bassinet. So weird. Good arm exercise. Dude, I'm getting swole as hell carrying this baby around. Like, for real though. This, like, carrying a baby around all the time makes you so strong. The difference in my arm, like, she's getting so big. It's kind of crazy. So she just turned 2 months on the 28th. When she was born, she was around 6 pounds. She was like pretty, not the tiniest, but pretty tiny. She could fit into like preemie clothes, right? And now she's at 2 months and she can fit into 3-month clothes. Like she's just growing like a fucking weed, which is crazy. So sometimes when I pick her up, I'm like, you're so heavy. You're so heavy already. I don't understand. But it's going to make me tough as hell. Those Thorn genes. Well, she eats a lot. Everybody keeps being like, what does she eat? Like 5 or 6 ounces? And I'm like, yeah, or 8 or 9. Sure. It's good. You know, she needs to be eating a lot. Like, this is the stage where we want her to get, like, kind of chunkus, you know? So, yeah. She's huge. She's getting so big already. I don't understand. Generic account, thank you so much for the biddies. Sniper Panda, thank you for the 39 months. I'm Oni, thank you for the 26. Maximus Destroyer, thank you so much for the host. It's a me, Dio, thank you for the 23. And Switzerland's Otters, thank you for the 13. An absolute unit. And then my mom's arms just got stronger forever. I pissed off my grandmother once and she pinched me with the force of 1,000 suns. She's definitely going to be taller than me. Yeah, for sure. Mom hands. Just those thick mom hands. I was about to say yet another thing that would make people be like, Dodger, you're fucking weird. For any of you who are just now showing up or weren't here for the very beginning, I was talking about how I have like a fascination with like evidence of age on people. I love wrinkles. I love stretch marks. I love gray hair, like all of that stuff, right? And I'm not scared to get those things at all. I was about to say, you know, it's another thing that I really love is like really fucked up hands. like hands that have obviously done a lot of work, or like boxers' hands. They just get so, like, the whole hand just looks tough, right? Or like people that do a lot of like my grandpa's hands. I remember just having like little cuts and things over them all the time because he was constantly working on stuff. Like that sort of stuff, I think is like, hands are awesome. I think hands are like the coolest part of the human body. But yeah, I just love just like gnarly hands. They're great. That's a mood. Boxer's hands are so cool. I was watching I was making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. I was making my way through all of the Anthony Bourdain Parts Unknown stuff after he passed away, and there's an episode where he like meets up with his friend in Japan who's a boxer that does sushi, and watching his like huge like boxer mitt hands do sushi was the coolest shit in the world. It's kind of like here, I'll equate it to something y'all will understand. It's the difference between seeing a character in a show and being like, fucking waifu for laifu, right? Like you just want to smooch that person forever, versus a character being somebody that you want to be, you know? Does that make sense? Like there are so many characters where I'm like, I just wish that I was more like that character. I feel like that's kind of what it's adjacent to for me. I love when people have worked a lot with their hands, because I love building stuff and making stuff. And if one day my hands looked like that, I would be super cool with that, because it would be evidence that I made a lot of things, right? Like that kind of a thing. Wife goals versus life goals. Yes, that's a great way to put it. You want the buff hands? Yes, I do. I do want the buff hands. I'll never have the buff hands, but if I was a little grandma one day with just like thick ass working fingers, I'd be cool with that. I love tattoos. Super into tattoos. I don't want to punch people, though. That's what's holding me back. I don't want to punch anybody. Pfft. Does your brother have piano hands? For sure. My brother has like the long ass dainty fingers. My brother's a pianist, for anybody who didn't know. He's got those long ass just like fingers. I remember when I was really little and I wanted to learn how to play something on the piano, and my dad was like, all right, well, here's how to play something really simple, you know. And I remember him being like, your fingers are just so short. Jerry's just got these really long like fingers that are really good for the piano. Your fingers are just so short. And I was like, I don't have the piano fingers. How long has he been playing for? Oh my God. There's a picture of him when he was, I think he was like 3 years old, dinking around on like a baby piano. Like, my dad's a musician too. So my dad got him like this little like baby sized, like toy piano. And my brother would not leave it alone. And then my dad started like putting him on the actual piano. So he's been playing piano basically his whole life. He's 40 now. 40, actually no, he's 40. He's 41 now. This September he'll be 42. Right? Yeah, it's one of those situations where you're like, "Oh, you were meant to do music." Do your parents watch your streams? Yeah, sometimes. If they're watching right now. Hello. Mwah. My cousin has fingers that can bend in both directions. Ugh. I was explaining to somebody the Markiplier thing, how Markiplier can turn his feet completely around. It's so gross. I hate it so much. No, I have no like double jointedness at all. I would be a terrible jailbreaker. That's not the right word. You know how the people who like break out of shit are always like super double jointed? No, I can never do that. Mopsend, thank you so much for the biddies. Caffey Night, thank you so much for the biddies. Borgs, thank you for the 6 months. The Royalty of Mel, thank you so much for subscribing. And Kessava, wow, thank you for the 20 months. Escape Artist. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. I can always rely on you guys. And Zodiac Dreamer, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. Are there any plans to invite Mark on the Co-optional podcast? I am never, ever involved in getting people on the podcast. I have no idea who will be on the podcast ever until I'm there. Until I hop on the call and I see a person and go, it's you today. When did you start playing games? My dad was obsessed with Tetris. He still plays Tetris all the time. So I would play Tetris all the time in the basement with my dad. My brother got an NES and we played Mario on it. And I would literally be that just obnoxious sibling that sat outside of his bedroom waiting for him to wake up so that we could play Mario. And Double Dragon. We played Double Dragon. I was terrible at Double Dragon. Jared used to get so fucking frustrated playing Double Dragon with me. But he was so patient. He still tried to play it with me, Poor boy. Poor boy. Yeah, a lot of my like early gaming experiences are playing with my brother and playing with my dad. My mom always wanted to watch. She didn't want to play. I was the exact same with my big brother. Yeah, man. He's so much older than me too. Like, that age gap doesn't mean anything now, but it meant a lot when we were younger. Like, 11 years is enough time that like you're like I was cramping his style hardcore, right? Yeah, I remember in Double Dragon there was a specific jump. There's a specific jump that like both of you have to do. Jared would do it and he'd be like, all right, just do the jump. And I could never fucking make this stupid jump. And then we would have to start over. and get back to that jumping point. And I like got so terrified to do this jump that every time we came to it, I was like, because I felt so bad when we had to start over. And Jared was like, do you want me to just do it? And I was like, no, I can do it. It was bad. My stepbrother always told me to wait and just took my controller for the jump. I love how many of you were like, I know exactly what jump you're talking about. So bad. It's so annoying. Yeah, sometimes like my brother's friends would come over and I would want to hang out with them so bad. And Jared came up with all kinds of ways to like keep me busy so that I would leave them alone. Oh. My sister still does that. All. Did your brother ever do the trick giving you a controller that wasn't connected? I don't think if that was working, I don't think I would remember it. You know? Cuz at that point when that works, the way that your brain interprets like what you're doing versus what you're seeing on screen is really limited. Like I feel like that only works while you're really young. I wouldn't remember that. He might have done that with me, but I don't think so. Yeah, people would always. So, again, Jared is a musician, right? And I knew every song that he played by heart. And so when he was in high school and practicing all the time for like the songs that they were going to perform, also when he was in college, when he was in community college, like he would practice all of the songs that they were going to perform in the basement for hours. And I remember we all went to, whenever we would go to the performances, somebody would point out the fact, like afterward, we'd be like, you did so good. And there would be somebody that would come over and be like, your sister knew every word to every song. Like I would just be there like singing along the entire time. And somebody would always point it out and be like, your sister knows every single song that we just did. Because I would literally just like hang out and listen to him practice all the time. There's like an interesting, sibling relationships are so interesting to me. Because there's rivalries there, but there's also so much like fairly consistently, and obviously not in every situation, but it seems like there's always at least a small element of like I'm trying to think of what I want to say. There's like compulsory support. You know? Like you wind up taking pride in some things that they do. Yeah, maybe admiration is a good word for it. My older sibling and I don't get along at all. My younger sister and I do, despite having almost nothing in common. Yeah, my nieces could not be more different. Like at all. They could not be more different. And I think once they sort of embraced that about themselves, they got along so well, you know? And I think sometimes like the rivalries that you wind up feeling with your siblings. And again, I had such a huge gap with my siblings that I know that it's not the same as when you grow up with somebody who's only like a year or two younger than you or older than you, right? But I think sometimes the rivalries are based on that stage in your life when you just aren't totally sure who you are. And for me, some of those feelings I know for a fact were connected to me admiring my brother and being jealous of the things that he was good at, you know? So it was like a combination of like, God, you're so talented. You have, it seems to me as a child that you have so much together, you know, you figured out so much about yourself. And so that admiration is also leading to jealousy because I don't know what I'm good at yet. You know, does that make sense? Crystal Gem Larimer, thank you so much for the biddies. Calavera, thank you so much for the 3 months. Splurge Bon Philhog, thank you so much for the biddies. Bink Badass, thank you so much for the donation. Mackenzie, thank you so much for the biddies. Plasma Phoenix, thank you for the 4 months. Tiny Rar, thank you so much for all the biddies. And Random Lights, thank you for the 29. We know what you're good at. I am a good farter. Yeah, totally. That is one element of having siblings that are so much older is you feel like you're it's hard to gauge whether or not you're on the right track, right? I think that there's a feeling of like I'm being left behind or I'm not developing fast enough. Which is not true, right? Everybody does that at different rates. Everybody learns things about themselves at different rates. But when you have siblings that are so much older, like my nephew is my age, right? So my sister, for my entire life, as far back as I can remember, had a family, right? And was like working her ass off with her kids. And my brother is just like crazy creatively talented, you know? And so as like a little kid, it was me being like, I want to be there quicker. Like I enjoyed a lot of things about my childhood, but at the same time, I constantly felt like I want to get to that point where I know what I'm supposed to be doing faster because I admire those things about my siblings so much. I was kind of the same way with my sister. She always had so much of her shit together. I was always all over the place trying to figure out where I belong and what I was supposed to do. Yeah. If it makes you feel better, I've gone through pretty long stages with my siblings where there was no reason for it, but we just like didn't really talk. It wasn't like there was any animosity there. Nothing specific happened that like drove a wedge between us or anything like that. We just kind of like naturally drifted apart into we're all sort of living our own lives, you know? And it's only been recently, like in the last couple of years, that we've all, and I don't know why it happened, but we all just kind of started making more of an effort to talk to one another. 'Cause I think we all realized, holy shit, the only way that I know what's going on in your life is if our mom tells us, right? My mom became like the soundboard for all of us, and then she would like distribute information about our lives to each other. And my sister and I were like, why is that how this is? Like, why don't we just talk to one another, you know? So I think even if you have long stretches of time where you don't really talk to your siblings or you don't really like connect with them, I think that it can come back around. Like if you want it to, it can come back around to a point where you talk to them a lot and are like consistently interacting with them. It just takes, you know, effort. You have to normalize it again for yourself. Logan Braddock, thank you so much for subscribing. Gila Monsters, thank you for the 25 months. Ladoke, thank you for the 9. Happy Twitch, baby. Kirsten Wee, thank you so much for the biddies. Delelim, thank you for the biddies. Robahu, thank you so much for subscribing. C. Decker, thank you for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Nova Wolf, thank you for the host. And Banana Pie, thank you for the 7. I rarely catch you streaming, but take my money. Thank you. I will. And Messy Koala, thank you so much for subscribing. My sister is 17 years older, and my brother is 11 years older. Someone asked what the age difference was. You're lucky. I can honestly say my brother's an asshole. My respect for him is close to non-existent. Dude, my dad distanced himself from a couple of his siblings, like, for a reason, right? Like, I'm not even about to say, like, it doesn't matter what they've done. You should always, try to, like, family's family, and you should always try to, like, connect with family regardless. I don't think that. I honestly don't think that. I think if somebody's done something that's made you lose all respect for them, then that's just how it is, right? Like, they fucked up. I guess what I'm saying is I don't think that the family you were born into necessarily deserves your unconditional love, I do feel very lucky that I have a great family. I realize that not all of you guys maybe do, or that maybe you have a relationship with, like, one specific person where you're like, I'm fine with never talking to you again. I'm not even about to be like, oh, don't say that. Yeah, that's one thing that there are a lot of like mob shows like things like that where that's the whole basis of everything, right? Is like, you can't turn your back on family, and I'm like, you sure can. Whenever I watch stuff like that, I'm like, y'all are doing some fucked up shit. I would have turned my back on you a long time ago. I would have been like, bye, right? Fast 7. Oh, shit. I know that you started watching Queer Eye. Do you like it? I actually do. So, Sam and I watched the first episode when it first came out. And I don't know why. I was like, I enjoyed it. And at the same time, I was going, I don't know if I would want to watch an entire show of this, though. So I watched another episode and I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to this at some point. And I didn't watch anymore. And then basically just like blasted through all of it in the last couple of days. They're very wholesome episodes. I think the only problem that it has is sometimes they feel very formulaic, right? There are episodes that feel exactly like other episodes, but there are certain episodes that really stand out, that I really, really enjoyed, that I was really glad that I watched, if that makes sense. So yeah, so overall I would say that I enjoyed it. X-Roy, thank you so much for the 38 months. And Mert McGirt, thank you so much for subscribing. Oh, Queer Eye. Not the old one, the like new one that's on Netflix. I tweeted you last night about starting My Hero Academia. It's so good. Yes. Yeah, I think that it's a good show to exist because it is so hopeful. I think that is a good word for it. It has a very like looking toward the future vibe to it, you know? Have you ever binge watched Judge Judy episodes? There was a Judge Judy marathon on not that long ago when I was visiting my family, and Lord knows I left that on. Yeah, the old one is called Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. The new one is just called Queer Eye. Judge Judy terrifies me to this day. Yo, go read some facts about Judge Judy. She's like actually a badass. Yeah, I would say the only thing in shows like Queer Eye that have a section that's all about like how you dress. The only thing that I always have a problem with is this like I'm trying to think of how to put it. There are so many shows that are all about like teaching you to dress better where where it feels like they're saying you have to always make an effort. Like you have to always make an effort or you're letting like your spouse down, you're letting yourself down, right? I'm just like I want to wear sweatpants. I want to wear my shitty t-shirt and sweatpants. You know? And like I don't think that Sam and I waking up in the morning and saying, you know, we're going to wear today a shitty t-shirt and sweatpants. I don't think that that means that we're disrespecting each other, you know? And I think sometimes that winds up feeling like it's the vibe is like, oh man, but you know, you should be making like the ultimate effort every day for your significant other or for yourself. And I'm like, I feel very glad that Sam and I don't feel like we always have to make an effort, right? That we feel comfortable enough to wake up in the morning and be like, we're just going to hang out in our PJs for a while. It's going to be great. It's going to be super fun and chill, you know. Three-piece suit and ballroom gowns every day. I'm not gonna keep trying to watch One Piece. I'm done. I'm gonna read the manga. I'm done trying to watch the anime. It's a nightmare. Jeans are the devil. No, I love jeans. Oh my god. Jeans are my fave, to be honest. Dude, I know that I know I've mentioned this before. Whenever I talk about how I find jeans very comfortable and I like spending a lot of time in jeans, it reminds me of that fucking my brother and me episode where somebody wrote in and was like, I love sleeping in my jeans. Is that weird? And they were like, like I go to bed in my jeans. I'll always think about that forever. I'll think about that forever. I find jeans horribly uncomfortable. Sam hates jeans. Sam will only wear jeans if he's like going into a situation where he wants to look nice. Like jeans, like really nice jeans are his like nice casual look. You know, he'll put like a nice shirt on with his good jeans, and that's. But I love jeans. I love just like existing in jeans. It's so funny to me because I wouldn't think of jeans as like I need to look nice clothing item, you know? Not that he doesn't look super nice in jeans, because he does, but it's not, because jeans are so normalized as like daily wear for me. I wouldn't think to myself, how am I gonna look nice today? I'm gonna put on some fucking jeans, right? I feel more productive in jeans. You know, I totally think that there is something to that. Sometimes when I really need to like do stuff, when I have a lot on my docket and there's just a lot that I need to do, I will like make sure that I get dressed in a way where it feels like I can't relax in this outfit. Does that make sense? Like jeans, sneakers, shirt, like nothing that could possibly count as I'm going to fall asleep on the couch in this outfit. And it makes me feel more like I'm working. I don't know what that is. But yeah. Sometimes when I know that I need to get up and start working like right away, I'll like get dressed. I won't spend a bunch of time like today, right? I won't spend a bunch of time in this outfit. You know? I haven't worn jeans in 20 plus years. What? Oh, they're so great. I love them. Tiny Roar, thank you for the biddies. Armin Gecko, thank you so much for the host. Winterbliz, thank you for the 28. Nellig, thank you for gifting a sub to Vampyr. Nanosphere, thank you for the biddies. Small Tom Gaming, thank you for the 15. Kristen Uwe, thank you so much for the biddies. Mew XO, thank you for the 4 months. It's Fooble, thank you so much for subscribing. And Offered Leak, thank you for the 10. My dad struggled with depression. One thing his psychiatrist told him is that to be productive, you have to dress properly. I believe that. I totally believe that. Like if I'm dressed to lay around all day, that's what my brain is going to want to do. You know, if I'm dressed like I want to, like I could potentially leave the house at any minute, I'm way more productive. What does Sam wear instead of jeans? Sweatpants. Sweatpants every day. Sweatpants. Or chinos. But chinos I think are in line with jeans in his mind, you know. I hate being in PJs during the day. I have done it way more since having a baby. I put on things that aren't sweatpants if I'm leaving the house, and the number of times I've left the house since we've had a baby, I can count on my hands. Babies will do that. Yeah, man. It's nuts. Like when I really think about it, I'm like, I haven't left the house very many times in the last 2 months. And I'm not agoraphobic or anything at all. Like I like leaving the house. Fortunately, I enjoy being home as well though. So it's not like I'm getting too stir crazy, but I think that I could get really stir crazy after a while if I didn't make the effort to leave, you know? I love getting fresh air. I've been looking into there are like groups of moms that go hiking. And I keep being like, I want to go hiking so bad with Clark. That would be so fun. And then there's another part of my brain that's like, hiking is already hard on my own. If I'm carrying a baby, won't hiking be like exponentially harder? But hey, it's all on my trek to become a swole girl. So it's fine. I'll get real strong doing that. Watch out for the cougars. Captain Papercut, thank you for the 6 months. And Sinyavin, thank you so much for the 9. Happy Twitch, baby. I'm sure they start you out slow. Yeah, I'm sure that for the most part, the baby hikes are like not really steep or very long, you know? Keep in mind, every day she's getting bigger and heavier. Fuck, you're right. I gotta start now. I gotta start now. Butterman, thank you so much for the 9 months. Happy Twitch, baby. Any chances of a second playthrough of the letter? No, no way. But y'all should play it. Y'all should play it. Necroturius, thank you so much for the 5 months. Nighty, thank you so much for subscribing. Crystal Links, thank you for the 18. And Valfather, thank you for the 5. That means she would be heavier on day 2 of the hike. Day 2 of the hike? What kind of hikes are you doing, my dude? It's your training arc. I'm ready. Let's do this. Yeah, I really want to do a machine run of Detroit on stream. I think that would be fun. Kill everybody, aggro machine run. Are you gonna play Hollow Knight? You mean like the DLC? God, I don't know. I don't know if I should hop back into that. We played Hollow Knight so much on stream. I feel like we need to close that book. Nevik, thank you so much for the 2 months. Because most of the time when I play it, like when I go back into it, there's so much that I'm going, I don't remember anything. I don't remember how to play. I don't remember where anything is. I still haven't found the fucking first DLC. Like, it's just... On your recommendation, I played Ruiner. Did you like it? Ruiner was fun too. As a Swedish scout, I think a hike should be longer than 1 night. As a person with a newborn that wants to hike with her, a lot of these baby hikes are at most 3 miles. Sounds perfect. 3-mile hike, go home. I'm in. That's good. Mjolnir Powered, thank you for the 22 months. I liked it a lot. Good. Yes. Yes. Well, let's see. It sounds like Daddy and Baby are maybe still upstairs sleeping. Part of me is like, I want to play Vampyr. I want to just finish it. I'm going to go on break. We're going to come back and I'll let you know if we're stopping or if we're going to try to finish Vampyr. I'm going to go ask Sam if he had like plans for right now or if he's cool with letting me go a little bit longer. Okay? There he is, that beautiful boy. BRB. Yo guys, we are going to continue streaming. So if you would like to pee or grab a snack or anything and come back, that would be amazing. I'm just gonna grab a drink for myself and heat up a bottle so that Babu can eat while we're streaming. But I'll be back in just a minute. Okay. How'd you guys like our BRB screen? It was really good, right? Hi guys. All right, we're gonna play some Vampyr and try to finish it off. If you're gonna take off, if you have no interest in this at all, or if you don't want to be spoiled, which I totally get, please pop into Felicia Day's stream. She's got a really good charity stream going on today, and I'm sure that she would love to see your sweet faces. But if you're gonna stick around with me, awesome. We are basically at the end of the game. We have like the final fight to do. So I'm finishing up side quests and things so that we are as prepared as possible to do this fight. So yeah, that's where we're at. It's twitch.tv/Felicia Day. Very, very easy. I want to play this, so I'm going to jet. I totally get it. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Let's pop this over here. Pop this over here. Pop you over here. Beep. Beep. Okay. This is kind of a story-based. Yeah, it's like some kind of a story-based game. I don't even know how to describe this game. Are there a lot of you who have never seen this game before and would like a short rundown on what it is? We're literally about to beat it. I can try to like consolidate the story. Yeah, it's made by Don't Nod. I hope that they make another one. I actually think that this was a really good, like, first crack at this kind of a thing. Okay, so in this game, we play Dr. Jonathan Reed. He is a hematologist. He's like a blood transfusion specialist. And he has been turned into a vampire. At the very beginning of the game, we wake up as a vampire, and we just eat the very first person that we see, which turns out to be our sister Mary, overcome with like distraught and horror at ourselves, having no idea what happened to us, and having just killed our sister, we like run off into the night, right? Through a series of events, we meet a man named Dr. Swansea, who knows about vampires as part of like a fellowship that studies vampires but doesn't want to really hurt them. He offers us a job at his hospital so that we can remain undercover. We don't have to like go out during the day. We can, operate from the hospital basically. And then we go on sort of a journey trying to figure out what happened to us. We try to track down who created us. It seems to keep not really leading anywhere. But we meet another vampire named Lady Ashbury, who has been around forever. She knows all kinds of stuff and tells us about a group called the Ascalon Club. Again, remember, I'm trying to pare down this story as much as I can. So if I miss like little details, it's fine. We find out about the Ascalon Club. We're encouraged to join the Ascalon Club once they take an interest in us. They seem to think that we're a very strong vampire. We don't really know why. So we go to meet up with the Ascalon Club, and basically it's entirely comprised of old London vampires. They believe that they basically like run London, and currently the Spanish flu is going on, and it seems to also be connected with a strange like transmittable vampiric virus that's happening. So all of these people are getting sick with the flu, but they're also becoming like these weird skulls, or kind of like lesser vampires, and just running around killing people. So we are charged with, hey, figure out where this is coming from. How can we stop it? Because there are quarantines all over London, right? Figure out how we can stop it for the good of England. So we've sort of figured out where it's all come from. The original person who got this virus got it because Dr. Swansea gave Lady Ashbury's blood to a person with the flu, thinking that it might help, but it actually created this horrible like vampiric strain. So Lady Ashbury, finding that out, flees town. She's like horrified. Flees town. Oh, what happened there? And we are kicked out of the Ascalon Club because we're asked to do something that we just refused to do. And so now there are vampire hunters that hate us. The Ascalon Club hates us. But we are the only ones who have figured out potentially how to solve this whole thing. So we're like right at the end of that. We know who the original person was that got this strain. We know where she is. She's, I assume, the final fight. So we need to do that. But before that, I want to do all of the like little side quests. So this is where she is. Destroy the origin of the skull epidemic in London. But we've got all this other shit going on. Right. We found the diary. Oh, that's right. We found the diary. Do we keep it or give it to him? Oh, interesting. I wonder what the better... So I've done everything else. This is the last side quest to complete. Why is there an exit here? Oh, because I can do that. What? Amazing. Also, something that's good to know about this game is I haven't eaten anyone. In this game, there are like nameless NPCs that fight you. You have no choice. You have to fight them. Or like, in most situations, you have to fight them. There are fights you can't avoid. But in this game, throughout, there are all kinds of characters that are like story characters. You can eat any of them. If you eat somebody, you get a ton of experience. So it makes the game a bit easier. We've decided to do a like kind of a pacifist run, or just like refusing to embrace anybody. We're refusing to eat anyone. It's made the game way harder. It means that this final fight that we're going to go into, she's going to be like a way higher level than us, which is why I'm trying to do all of these side quests and things to get as much experience as possible before we finish up. Because otherwise I might be kind of hosed. Oop. Oh, I'm in a fight. Okay. Jesus Christ. I am not showing my best self in this game right now. There we go. Jesus Christ. Oh, in the cemetery. Oh, shit. Oh, this is so perfect. Okay, but I actually need to go the other way. What? God, I really hate that shit so much. Okay. Oh, right. We should change what game we're playing. In the, what category we're in. There we go. Boop. Boop. There we go. Okay. Is there anything up here? Is there a reason to come up here? Doesn't seem like it. This is where we fought Mary. And subsequently buried her again. Hamster, thank you for subscribing. Ninabin, thank you for the 22 months. And God's Mistake, thank you for the 4. Oh shit, he's right there. No, don't do this. No, let me in. Ugh, son of a bitch. Fuck off. God damn it. Sucks. Connie Cookie, thank you so much for the host. Okay. Let's just lead a bunch of dudes in. Hi, everybody. Hi, guys. Come on in here. Fight these vampires. Oh, shit. Hi. Oh, my gosh. What's going on? No, son of a bitch. Excellent. Let me jump up, please. Great.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you?
Yes, I've been curing people. That's one of the only other ways that I can get experience.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
So what would be our reasoning to not give him this?
I have found the secret laboratory, and I have the formula.
And the author of the diary, did you meet him?
Yes. He was badly disfigured. Nothing more than a beast. And I cannot guarantee it wasn't connected to his experiments.
I don't care. Give me the formula, Doctor.
All these noises. Zeph Norto, thank you so much for subscribing. Yes, he is blind. We were looking for, there are 4 Braille notes that together create a cure for blindness, quote, end quote. So,
I cannot give you this formula. I'm sorry. It's just too dangerous.
Are you fucking joking? How dare you decide for me? What kind of sick bastard are you to taunt me like this?
You don't know what I saw in that laboratory. Believe me, this cure is not real. And if you're lucky, it will kill you.
I'm getting tired of your condescension, Dr. Reed. By giving me hope, you have played the most cruel game of all.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
damn. He was not okay with that at all. Bye. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I guess we should go heal Mom. And that's like the last thing we can do, really. Oof. Yep. Yep, okay. Oh my gosh, guys. I guess I should be fighting people too. Hey, hi. doesn't give me much, but it gives me something. No. This way, yeah? Yeah. These are all vampire hunters. Basically, the only way that that I could think of to make it through this game without eating anybody was to get as good at the combat as I could, and I still don't think I'm great at it, but oh, come on. There's a big boy. Oh. I would rather not. Thank you. If I just try not to stray from this road.
For a gentleman. Look at it. Vicious bugger. He's done for.
We've done all the side quests. Or at least we've done all of the side quests that I've found. I like that he called you a gentleman first. I mean, I do look quite the gentleman.
Want some of that?
Didn't a new one appear? We grabbed another one that we already completed. I really want to level up our bite more, but I don't think we're going to be able to. Sadly. I've really enjoyed this game a lot. I understand why people might not like it, but I've enjoyed it a lot. Okay. The white bar under enemy HP is armor. Alright, Mom, where you at?
Hello again, Mother.
Jonathan, back already?
Do you need my medical?
Oh,
I think you should take...
I'm not sure.
Goodbye, Mother.
Goodbye, son.
All right, we got
Jonathan, my dear, bring me my glasses.
Mom, I'm busy. I just healed you. No, I don't think that I would do another playthrough of this game. But I've really enjoyed playing the game. Okay, let's see. Maybe my ultimate? Can I upgrade my ultimate? No. Damn. That's too bad. Part of me thinks I should just upgrade my health. Just make it so I have way more health. And leave my bite as it is. I don't think I can upgrade my bite anymore anyway. Oh, I can. But what if I don't get many opportunities to bite her? Should I do that? Talk to the butler about the watch?
How is your sweet boy?
Let me try. Hadn't thought to do that. Oops. Yo, bud. It's good.
Yes?
I want you to have my father's watch. Oh!
Avery, I finally deciphered my father's puzzle. Among other things, I found his watch. I'd really like you to have it.
I can't accept this gift, sir.
Yes, you can, Avery. You deserve it.
I thank you, sir. I'll keep it until the day I die.
Goodbye, Avery.
Of course.
Okay. Okay, don't tell me how what the fight is like, but do you think that I would benefit more from extra health or having a stronger bite? I feel like I should just go for the bite. Don't be a wimp. Health? Everybody's saying health. All right. Extra health it is. Beep. Is there anything else that I can upgrade? Increase my blood capacity. Sure thing. No one's getting sick anymore. Rad. Okay, let's make a bunch of these. Okay. I'm trying to remember where the... Right. All right, well, let's go see our son, shall we? this if I don't. Oh, it's already set up. Great. Avery, I'm not in the same room as you. Even a little bit.
It could be someone you know. Even someone you're close to.
Yes, I would recommend this game. I've had a lot of fun with it. But again, I understand when people are like, this game is not anything special. I think that it's really fun though. I've had a great time with it. We're doing it, guys. Y'all ready? A lot of people don't like the combat. I'm fine with the combat. Right, follow the blood. That's right, that's right. Yeah, mods, you don't have to worry about people trying to help me with shit or anything anymore. Just don't tell me what this fight is like or anything. Don't spoil story and you're good. Dad? This is our maker, apparently. But he talks in riddles and he's obnoxious.
Take not a step further, child, for you are unprepared.
You, at last. I wondered when you would show your face again. Step away. We have nothing to discuss.
Desist, child. You cannot confront the monstrosity unleashed upon this land without due preparation. I shall not allow it.
All right. But no more riddles. Enough of the obscure songs and prophecies. I ask questions, and you answer them.
My words have been as clear as crystal lakes, my child. You seem unwilling to drink, to listen, to learn.
Untrue, Dad.
Why did you choose me?
Only you could provide a modern, scientific answer to this ancient, mystical threat.
What kind of modern answer?
Disease, contagion, and contamination. How they course through veins is your dominion, my child. Your choices have made you. Only you can save this land.
Speak to me of this ancient threat.
The blood of hate. Vessel of the wrath of the goddess. When she awakens, a disaster will be born into this world, for she is hunger and anger.
What is your true appearance?
I do not understand. This is who I am.
Your blood?
Blood? You are made of blood. Surely you are joking.
Why would I? And no, I'm not made of blood. I am blood. Blood is what I am since my birth and for eternity.
But who are you really? Tell me your name.
I am your maker. I am the servant of the Red Goddess and protector of this land. I have many names.
Just give me one, then.
There are those who call me Merdin Wild, the Wild Horned Man. But I never was a man. I was born out of blood.
Interesting.
I'm here to stop Harriet
So he was
Jones.
not Harriet or
She
William
is
Marshall.
the original carrier. The well from which this corruption flows.
I have heard
Red
you,
puddle
but be
Pete.
wary. Harriet Jones's mind is no more. She has metamorphosed into an apocalypse. Born from, drenched in, and driven by the blood of hate.
What is the blood of hate?
It is the curse of the goddess. It is the hunger in you, the need for blood, the will to strike and to punish, to spit in the eye of God.
Tell me about this disaster, creature. I know London fell victim to such a thing in 1666.
A disaster is pure anger born through blood. Its name means bad star, for they only appear when our queen unleashes her unquenchable wrath upon the world.
And who is this queen?
She is the Red Goddess, the Queen of Blood. In my youth, 100 lifetimes ago, she was worshipped as the Morrigan. She is my mother. She is yours, too.
Yeah,
The Morrigan? The Celtic goddess of war? Is this a ruse of some kind?
She has been worshipped in many forms throughout the ages. The true nature of the Red Queen is beyond your comprehension, eluding even mine. But know this. She is a vengeful mother.
Hi, everybody. Oh, hi, baby girl.
She poop on her thing?
Nope.
Just living that naked life.
I'm gonna give a milk before I wear new clothes.
Smart. I know, she's so big.
So the disaster is some sort of accident. A disease vampires carry dormant in their blood.
Oh, why was
waiting
there
to emerge.
never
That's
mind.
your modern answer. But a disaster is at the same time both less and more.
Tell me what it is then, in your own words.
A disaster is the pure will of our queen. Whenever she dreams of walking this earth, she awakes in this putrid vessel.
But it was started from Ashbury's blood being given to somebody. So, like, is Lady Ashbury... whatever.
I only wish to know how to put an end to this epidemic.
To perform an act so noble, you must protect yourself from its poisonous kiss, my child.
I know. McCullum used such a serum when trying to kill me. However, I have produced a more efficacious version of the antidote.
Your final task awaits you at the end of these tunnels. I've known for ages you were worthy of this challenge, my champion, Bittersweet.
Thanks, Dad.
What will happen thereafter? What future awaits me beyond these dark tunnels?
Your fate, my child, and the fate of this land. A disaster is about to enter this world to smite us all and teach us humility. You are our final hope.
Will it be over then? Once I've defeated this creature?
Yes. The threat will dissipate like so much smoke, for you will have purified its source.
And then what? What will become of me?
How would I know? I am no god, and your fate is in your own hands. For you are our champion.
You tricked me. My sister died for your schemes. I have brought suffering and tragedy into this world. I am not, nor will I ever be your champion.
Very soon you'll come to know that sacrifice is sometimes necessary. I understand the grudge a child bears towards his father and mother. Be brave, my child.
Dad. Oh, alright. Bye, Dad.
These poor skulls didn't stand a chance.
Okay, but what's this way? Oh no! What? Oh, but I thought... Alright, whatever.
Oh, I'm sick. So sick. Doctor, help me, please. I'm in such pain.
I'll be glad to be of assistance.
Ah, like your help, Doris. Liars! All of you! My poor baby. I've been such a bad mother. But the Queen herself forgave me. Gave me another chance.
Harriet, you must stop all of this. I can't let you infect anyone else.
How dare you interfere with the Red Queen's plans, Doctor? How can you stop the course of nature?
Oof. Giving myself the antidote. God, this final fight is actually going to be against Lady Ashbury, isn't it? Or we're going to have phase 2. Oh my God. What the fuck? Wait, how was I supposed to live through that? Question mark? Oh, it was the poison. Aw, that sucks. Got it. Poison mist got me. I see. Alright, let's do that again.
My poor baby! Where is...
Is it rough? I think it is. Oh, how infinitely, how intensely, how irredeemably are you all going to suffer now? Ah! Eat, for this is my body.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? No, that's not what I wanted.
Give me more. They are so young, so tasty.
No, 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 that's not what I wanted to do. Oh no. Oh no!
I will reap the land my seed. Give me their lives. Spread the crop.
It makes sense that I cannot bite her.
Such innocence. Such guilt. Oh! Blood, feed me, give me their lives.
Whew! Got her.
Do you think your champion defeated me when I joined?
No one could ever defeat you, mother of us all, for you are our every root and leaf.
Like, should I
You've
go?
always been my most amusing son.
Then go back to sleep, my queen, and smile at us from your dreams.
Did they feel my wrath? Have they suffered enough?
more than ever, mother of us all.
Until the next time.
Until the next time.
So it's over then, young Ekon. You have put an end to this terrible menace.
Old Bridget? What are you doing here?
This is my realm, Ekon. This is Suascal territory.
But they were all massacred by the monstrosity that Harriet became.
Others will
What if old
come,
Bridget and Lady
engendered
Ashbury
by
are the same
deceitful
person?
Vampires. I don't mean you, of course.
I thought you'd been slaughtered, with all the other Suascals.
I was up above, in search of help when Harriet suddenly turned into that thing. I have no idea what it was.
It's over now. London is no longer shrouded in the disaster's shadow. We're all safe.
Yes.
Nah, that
You
doesn't make any
prevailed
sense.
in the end. I hope you'll forgive me for the way I treated you when first you presented yourself at our gate.
No need to apologize, really.
Perhaps there will be no stories told or songs sung of what happened here today. But I'll know the truth. Jonathan Reed, newborn vampire, stepped forward and saved us all.
I'm honored to be part of this city's legend. Thank you, old Bridget. May I ask you just one question?
How could I refuse you anything now? I'll answer just as I answered Lady Ashbury when we met a few nights ago.
Who are you? Really?
I was born with the name Bridget Eleanor Wellington. In 1738, my beloved and immortal husband decided to preserve my beauty and youth forever by making me drink his blood.
You were Lord Redgrave's wife. Then the pompous fool rejected you, did he not?
It was about 200 years ago. Peace found me in time. And I sincerely hope it will find you too, now that all is over.
No, it's not over. I may have ended the vampire epidemic, but I still need answers from the woman I love.
I feared you would say that. Go then, young Ekon, and face your fate. Just remember that I'll always be here for you.
Aw, Bridget, best girl.
London has been cleansed. This catastrophe came about when an ancient malignant will crossed paths with mortal imprudence. For now, we are safe. For now. My craving for blood remains. Red like hate, red like hunger, red as life and death, passing from one immortal to another, from predator to victim, patiently biding its time to rise again. London has been cleansed for now, but there's a simmering hatred, fear, and old grudges. When will we succumb, mortals and immortals alike? The next disaster is only a matter of time. My only hope now is to catch the woman I love, to understand why she fled, and unmask the secret that has been lurking in her blood for so long.
Yeah. Yeah, what's going on there? Look at my little car.
Well, this is it. Lady Ashbury's domain. Why am I not surprised it's not on any maps?
How did we find
I'd better
her?
hurry.
Hi, buddy.
Beautiful morn, my child. It looks like dawn is here at long last.
Can't you just leave me alone? Your precious queen has been sent back to the bottomless pit from whence she came. The nightmare is almost over.
I am here to say goodbye. The sun's warmth exhausts me. Soon I will rejoin my queen in her endless sleep. It is over. You did well.
So our beloved mother will just go back to sleep, now that enough people have suffered. Is that it?
No, Jonathan. The Morrigan has been appeased because you dared confront her. You have prevailed, my bittersweet champion.
And what are you to her? Her counterpart? Her opponent in some timeless game?
She is my mother, my dreadful and sour-tempered mother. She is yours too, in a way, but you are not born from her terrible womb like me. You are but a distant child.
What does she seek? Revenge? Retribution?
She seeks nothing, since she only dreams of it. In the ancient tongue, when I was young, her name meant ghostly queen. Pray she never fully awakens, for her wrath knows no bounds.
Why did Harriet Jones become a disaster?
You are the doctor. You hold the knowledge needed to answer such a question. Have you the answer?
I noticed that all the Icors were female, as if a male couldn't endure the metamorphosis. Harriet was also a bitter and
Oh, the ones that like turn into like the bulbous, crazy monsters.
If the Morrigan prefers despoiled women to become the vessels of her wrath, we should be thankful that but one disaster hath been cast upon this wobbling world.
Icors seem to carry various diseases. They did not merely turn people into skulls. Their presence alone spreads death.
Who knows whether the Red Queen awakens when cursed mortals endure such epidemics? Or
Oh,
if the
Greybane,
contagions
thank you.
emerge like a curse as she awakes.
This is not over. I am here to find the true origin of the blood of hate.
'Tis unwise to interfere with a tale rooted so deeply in the suffering of others.
Oh my god, so much
What
talking.
will happen to Ascalon?
I mean,
Will
I'm
you
glad
let
we're
them
getting
run the
answers,
tunnel
but I'm just like,
of the
oof.
shadows?
I don't interfere with petty political intrigues. Ascalon was built upon the lie of a lineage. Such a deceit cannot last forever.
But Lord Redgrave definitely possessed Marshall's blood. Untainted blood from the greatest vampire knight.
Really? I wonder how he managed to acquire it. Perhaps I should retrieve this artifact before going back to sea.
What will become of the vampire hunters?
They will never stop searching for William Marshall, for he escaped their two great hunts. Remember that you too are now on their dark list.
What will become of the Brotherhood?
I foresee trouble for them now that your progeny considers becoming the new primate.
But I'm certain the current primate has no wish to resign.
Exactly. And I am not fully convinced your progeny truly understands what dreadful power he is about to defy.
No. I must know why Elizabeth fled here when I discovered she was the original healthy carrier.
No, she is not what you say she is. That is a secret you will discover soon enough.
And you? Why are you here? Which new thread of which old twisted plan are you seeking to pull now? Tell me the truth.
I am just here to salute my sons. and to bid them fare thee well.
Your sons? Plural? My God, will you ever stop speaking in riddles?
Perhaps I am too old for your spoken language. Perhaps you now have so many subtle words you no longer hear the simplest ones.
Tell me about William Marshall. Why is his blood so strong?
He is not stronger than you, only older. You are strong, Jonathan Reed. A champion of your time, chosen
So
to
William
defeat
Marshall was a
threat
past
born of
champion.
this generation.
Is he here? Is William Marshall here? Is that why you're here now, too?
Have I not already answered that question?
William Marshall is another son.
His blood was not tainted. The blood Lord Redgrave possessed. That which I used in the serum. But what if it had been?
Then you would have failed, I suppose. For the blood of hate would have corrupted you too.
When he fought me, Geoffrey McCullum used a serum made of King Arthur's blood. Since then, I have discovered that it was vampire blood. Whose blood was it?
You just said it. It was the blood of a king. The blood of the champion I chose to save this land in its time of greatest peril.
King Arthur was also your progeny. Why am I not surprised?
Yes, he was. But he failed in the end. And for centuries the land suffered his defeat.
Who are your sons? Why do you bid them farewell now?
You are my son, as is William Marshall.
Got it.
This is madness. How many have you created? Who else? Shakespeare? Isaac Newton? Alfred the Great? Francis Drake? Thomas More? Guy Fawkes?
My progeny is scarce, for I rarely feel the urge to protect this land anymore. But yes, one of those you named is your immortal brother. Maybe you shall meet one night.
So that is all we are to you? Puppets you create to defeat some threat born from a dreaming devil?
No. You are my sons. I am proud of you. I mourn when you fail.
Speak clearly then, and answer my last question.
What is it?
Did I defeat the epidemic?
Now you've found the castle, Jonathan Reed. Only you can answer that. Farewell, my child. I shall dream about you soon.
Cool. I'm so glad that my immortal blood daddy is going to be dreaming about me. Yeah, he keeps being like, I am answering clearly. You're just not listening to my answers. And I'm like, no. I don't think you know how to answer things clearly. Mary Englewood. Robin Englewood.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think I smell Elizabeth's perfume. She must be here somewhere.
Her other house was so, like, well taken care of. Dear Lady Ashbury, thank you for your recent letter and all the good news it contained. I can't wait to finally meet you when you arrive in London. The garden is beautiful under the summer sky, although I noted your wish to avoid heat and direct sunlight because of your frail health. You're welcome any day. We'll discuss the wonderful idea of yours concerning the foundation of an orphanage for young ladies inspired by the French Maison Royale de Saint-Louis. Sadly closed when the French people chose, my God, I can't even write these words down, to cut their king's head off. Such a place destined to provide a good education to gifted but poor orphan girls will surely excite my friends here in the city. You can count on me and my influence to help make your project a huge success. Dear Mr. McAllister, as the new legal owner of the Ashbury estate, I intend to quickly engage in the overdue maintenance and repairs of the walls and the crypt of the castle. Among the few architects I invited to send forth proposals, I was most impressed by your respectful approach concerning renovations on historical buildings and their preservation. I would be glad to meet you at your convenience. My only request would be to speak to you directly and not to your assistants. And any evening of next month would be agreeable. You may come to the castle, or I can meet you at your office as you prefer. If you agree to come to the castle, I can show you what kind of repairs and modifications I have in mind concerning the crypt, which may need considerable work and reconstruction.
Like most castles, this one has a crypt, and it holds something special inside. This castle is falling apart. Sweet fragrance. Elizabeth's perfume. She was here, and recently.
Dear Lady Ashbury, I write to confirm that my men will be at your castle next Monday to begin the new work on the crypt and its access. The plans have been approved, and I'll personally be on site to supervise the installation of the locks and security measures you've requested. I can also assure you that my men have been briefed about never entering the crypt itself or the second floor of the castle. I must say I'm proud to continue and enhance the work started by my great-grandfather when employed by your ancestor in 1795. Yes, her ancestor. I assume she wants to, like, lock herself away in the crypt. That's what I'm assuming this is going to be.
What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work. This painting looks suspicious.
What? What do you mean? Painting looks suspicious. Should I be looking at other paintings? Oh, Lady Ashbury by Vincent van Gogh. Van Gogh. Same paintings. Who's the painter that painted the same thing over and over and over and over and over again until he died? Oh, hey, look. It's King Arthur fighting the Blood Mother. Dear Miss Ashbury, when we last communicated, you asked for the conveyance of a large coffin from Temple Church, London, to the crypt of the Ashbury Castle in Scotland. I'm happy to report your request has been validated. My drivers have been informed that for security reasons, guards must always protect the coffin. You have hired these individuals who will be waiting for us in London. They have also been informed that under no circumstances should the carriage try to pass a river by boat, but always by road, and bridges for the precious wood and the relics inside the coffin cannot be exposed to humidity and moisture. You'll find a detail... Activate senses now? Locate the secret... Oh, look at that.
A sword and a moon are the symbols I should look for.
Okay. Oh.
I cannot enter.
Portrait of Elizabeth Blackwood. Portrait of Dr. Jonathan Reed. Oh,
Elizabeth,
right.
my love. You allow my portrait to watch over you while you sleep. I'm flattered.
I realized. Lady Ashbury in Paris, 1888. I realized that the date on it was like this year. At first I was like, wait, what the fuck? How long have I been alive? Okay, that's a shield. That's
One
a sword.
last switch, and...
Sword and a moon. It's like a plant. Moon.
Voila.
He's just in love, guys. Come on, give him a break. No, it's not that. Missed a letter on the desk. What desk? On the desk in her room? We picked up a letter on the desk in her room, if that's what you mean. Oh. I thought that was a hole. It was not. Turns out. An angel came to me. Blessed be to God. Michael appeared to me last night in all his glory, shaped in glorious blood, to grant me eternal life at the dusk of my life. The apparition was so sublime and terrible, I could not help but lower my head and close my eyes. Struck by the divine gift, I fell to the ground, only to awake the next night. You will serve me as you served your kings, said the angel before striking me with all his power. You will protect this land through the eons to come. For all who knew me, I should now hide, and retreat, for they consider me dead. Soon I will leave the company of men to serve my new purpose. Blessed be to God. Michael appeared to me last night in my retreat under Temple Church and asked me to prepare for battle. The land must be saved. Death is everywhere. The Black Death. An epidemic sent by the devil himself to punish mortals all over the world. My arm is strong. In the name of God I shall smite the enemies of mankind, and England shall prevail. It's almost 20 years since my fight started against the devil, and the end is uncertain. From time to time, the plague, the Black Death, reappears in a village, in a town, and each time the vicious minions of hell approach to get their share of the mortal suffering. Vampires, dreadful creatures. I won't let this land collapse. Until my last breath, I'll swerve and protect England. Tonight in the small village of... Oh my god, this is so long. Tonight in the small village of Hoddleston, I met the most delicate soul I've seen for a long time. She was singing for the dead, singing for those she knew and loved, those killed by a new plague outbreak without fearing for her own life. Her voice moved me, so I chose to let her live. I offered her eternal life as a reward for her virtue and most pious attitude. Her name is Elizabeth Inglewood. I'm not alone anymore, and together we shall praise God in all his glory for eons to come. My heart is breaking, my soul is bleeding. Tonight my dear Elizabeth left me. I have taught her all I know, all she needs to know, and now she must walk her own path through the ages. This is her wish, and I will respect it. Elizabeth Inglewood, my sweet daughter, is gone, for she now wants to be known as Elizabeth Blackwood. I made her a promise. If she ever comes back to Hoddesdon, she will find me there, managing the Bull Inn her parents owned before dying. William Marshall shall disappear for a few times, too, now that the Black Death is no more. Until we meet again, I shall be known as William Thorne, waiting for my angel to come back. The devil is at work again. The great plague is back, reaping thousands of lives in London. I must sell the Bull Inn and go there. Once more, William Marshall shall protect the land. What have I done? I let the devil infect me. God forgive me. The terrifying creature I had to defeat was a demon straight from hell, an abomination of the flesh, a walking apocalypse. I had to trap the dreadful creature in St. Paul's Church and set the building on fire. Without the evidence of Michael, I don't know if I would have defeated my enemy. The flames cleansed the city of the demon's presence, but half of London burned down. Ever since, I have dreamed of a red flood of slaughter and rage. It's like the disaster has tainted my blood, my very soul. For the first time in centuries, I'm afraid. I shall crawl back to my retreat and pray for God for mercy for my infected soul. As Elizabeth came to me, she said she felt my pain and rushed to save me, my poor daughter. Blinded by rage, intoxicated by the blood of hate, I bit her. She fled, shocked by my betrayal. I laughed and cried as she cursed me. I see. Have I betrayed you? Have you abandoned me? My prayers have been heard. I found the strength to resist the need for blood. Oops, what the fuck? The never-ending hunger. My poor Elizabeth, will you ever forgive me? I've heard you now kill and take pleasure in bloodbath with this new progeny of yours. You're a victim in all this. What have I done? I swear I'll find a way to make amends for what I've done in you. I swear I shall only rest once I know how to appease the blood of hate. Oh my god. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Soul finally agreed to meet me in London. They proposed to meet inside the new Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the wooden solemnity of these men. What a symbol to choose the place where I defeated the disaster, but also the place where I fell. I agreed to their proposition. There, in the sacred silence of the church and under the eye of God, they respectfully listened to me. They acknowledged my victory against this evil creature, the Dusastro, the eater of stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request, my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. Their primate promised to come back to me with an answer. The primate of St. Paul wrote to me with just a name, the Tear of Angels. According to him, the ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul, and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord. It took me more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may have finally found it. Soon the rage shall end, and soon I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. All I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create the artifact, blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. To find such rare ingredients is not what worries me the most, for time is on my side. It is the last part that worries me. Essence of garlic. I'm afraid it'll hurt like hell. Okay, so we've seen this. Finally managed to gather all the ingredients needed to concoct the Tear of Angels. Blood of the purest heart for the fortitude, blood of a king for courage, garlic essence for the painful cleansing. After months of impatience, almost made mad by the hunger, I waited again and again until finally Elizabeth cautiously came to me. As promised, I had chained myself to be sure I would not attack her again. I did not recognize my sweet daughter at first. She was only Lady Blackwood now, the dreadful mistress of the dark, who took delight in slaughter and carnage in France. She smirked as I apologized and cried for what I had inflicted to her. She shouted at me when I tried to explain to her that my bite had infected her, had given her the blood of hate, now burning in her veins and her soul. I told her I had found a cure and that I had managed to create one dose. I gave it to her to give back her previously peaceful life. And in exchange, I only asked her to take care of me, for I intended to be locked down in my tomb, chained if necessary to impeach me from feeding on any mortal or immortal. She reluctantly took the Tear of Angels and left. I hope to see her again soon, cured and at peace. She came back to me cured, healthy, joyful, my Elizabeth. She told me she had drunk the antidote about a year ago in France after witnessing and taking part in the massacre of an entire orphanage caused by the blood of hate. So when the Lady Blackwood died, she said she promised she would take care of me now, and that's all I ask as I repent for all the murdered souls caused by my negligence for more than 100 years. So she... I'll finish reading. My dearest daughter came back last week to tell me the good news. She's recently bought a castle in Scotland. She will soon finance the renovation of the castle crypt to provide me a new retreat. Right. Far from temptation, far from the noisy, crowded cities. I can't wait to embrace the solitude, find peace that I need to refrain from killing. God, please give me the strength to resist the urges during the journey from London to my new domain. Before I leave, I should give a copy of these memoirs to the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole. Fuck off. I keep putting it in my lap, and I guess I'm pressing something by accident. St. Paul's Stole without the most shameful and sensible information, of course. Soon I shall leave London to pursue my penance. There I shall find peace at last with the support of my resuscitated Elizabeth. Well, you got nothing to say? You got nothing to say, Jonathan?
Drop your sword, Father. You have nothing to be afraid of.
Aww.
Shall we abandon this then? Shall we lower our heads?
No. Never. You taught me that.
Blood is approaching. Old but young. How strange. Shall I drink it? Smite it?
No, Father. He is a friend. Please, rest. I'll take care of it.
Caution, Elizabeth. Deceit runs through these veins.
I know, Father. What took you so long, Jonathan?
Is this really him?
Yes. This is William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke, servant of 5 mortal kings, former regent and savior of England. The greatest knight who ever lived, according to some.
And you called him father?
For he gave me eternal life, and much more.
I have so many questions, Elizabeth.
You always had questions, Dr. Reed.
Now that I stand before you both, in this vault, I know not where to begin.
We still have a few minutes left.
I love this because she wasn't allowed in the Ascalon Club because she was a woman, and fucking Lord Redgrave was like, I am the progeny of the William Marshall, and fuck that ginger lady, she can't be in the Ascalon Club. And meanwhile she's like, no, but I'm the actual progeny of William Marshall. Is so good.
Where are we? What is this place?
This is the Ashbury estate. I inherited the title when I purchased the castle.
Is this your retreat? Something of a secret place?
It's more of a sanctuary, really. This is where I take care of my father, ever since he became unwell.
Are you not afraid someone might discover you here? It's not that hard to find.
Do not assume that I would hesitate to silence anyone who tried to reveal my secret. Fortunately, it has rarely come to that.
Why did you flee here?
When you told me I was the healthy carrier, I had nowhere else to go.
You mean you had to return to the real source of this scourge?
Yes, to end it, once and for all.
Will you go back to London?
No, Jonathan. I do not intend to.
And what of your daughter?
Charlotte is a strong, independent woman who's about to come into money. I took care of everything. Now it's time for her to shape her future.
I have destroyed the disaster, this creature that Harriet Jones had become. The epidemic is no more, and London will recover. In time.
Yes. You did well, Jonathan. You truly saved the city.
Yes, we did. Despite all obstacles. I'm truly convinced we did it together, Elizabeth.
I cannot bear knowing I was the cause of all this. Through the use of my own blood.
No. This catastrophe was the result of unethical experimentation. And the will of a creature so inexplicably evil, she exceeds all the terrible wonders I have seen since my death.
But it was my blood all along. My corrupted blood of hate. The poisoned blood of my father. A healthy carrier. That's all I am.
Why are you hiding William Marshall here?
How could I not take care of him? He sacrificed himself by giving me the only dose of antidote he had.
He gave you the antidote?
We just read all of this.
And
Come on,
in
Jonathan.
doing so, he knew he'd have to be confined here. And yet he volunteered. That's how great a man William Marshall was. And still is.
What do you do for him?
I visit him as often as possible. I paint the landscapes he will never see again.
Aww.
I feed him with my blood.
You feed him? You barely sustain yourself on the weak blood of the dying, yet you give him your blood?
After he saved me from the blood rage, I swore I would never kill to feed. He said the same.
Is he dangerous?
What do you think? He is a thirsty Ekon who has not fed in centuries. An elder vampire, driven by an urge to kill and spread the blood of hate.
No redemption, then?
And yet he thinks he has been offered immortality by the angels to protect the feeble and to smite the unholy.
Can he communicate?
Yes. Sometimes he even seems like the noble knight who saved and raised me. But you know, the malice never fully leaves his eyes.
We could cure him.
It's too late. The blood of hate has run for too long. The antidote would not work on him. I tried. Believe me, I tried.
William Marshall infected you. He is the true, original carrier.
Yes. But he saved me by sacrificing himself.
Saved you? How?
The tears of angels. The cleansing of impure blood by an older, more powerful blood. It worked on me, did it not?
Yes. Blood is the definitive key to our species. Scowls, cleansing, lineage. Do you really think it worked?
It has, Jonathan. I was nothing but a beast who took pleasure in slaughter. I roamed across Europe, reaping my bloody crop. It was the blood of hate. But my father's antidote cured me.
Who are you, really?
How could I answer that?
Yeah,
I went through many lives
the game
and
assumes you didn't
identities
bother
to
reading
reach
all of
this
that.
day. To you, I am Elizabeth Ashbury, and that's all I wish to be.
I understand. And I respect your desire for privacy.
Thank you, Jonathan.
How did you meet William Marshall?
He was an Ekon for centuries when he found me. He saved me from certain death by making me his progeny.
Why did he choose you?
You should ask him that.
Did you ever blame him?
Not even when he was infected and bit me. He is my father. He raised me. He taught me how to behave.
What about us?
What do you mean?
You know my feelings towards you, Elizabeth. But you left without a word. So I'm worried about your feelings towards me.
I love you, Jonathan.
Do you like me?
I've loved you since the moment I saw you rescue poor Mr. Hampton in that filthy slaughterhouse. Forgetting the danger as you turned your back, like the newborn fool you were.
You should have told me.
No, Jonathan. The William Marshall myth lies at the heart of so many hostile plans. I could not risk jeopardizing his safety.
So why did you come here? You knew I would follow you. I can't let you go.
Because I know now the blood of hate is still in my veins. No one but I can put an end to this tragedy.
I can help you. You can trust me, Elizabeth.
I know, Jonathan. You have been the most loyal ally these last few weeks. But this is my duty.
Would your protege agree to speak with me? I have so many questions for him.
Go on, Jonathan. But be careful.
All right, more talking. Cool. Yo, bud. We got the same blood, daddy. We're like brothers. You feel?
Yes. So, William. My God. You really are William Marshall. You served Richard the Lionheart and his brother, King John. It is such a privilege to meet you.
I did in my day. Come closer if you want to speak. For my hearing isn't what it used to be.
I think your hearing is fine, sir.
What is it you want then?
I love that, because the second he was like, come closer, I was like, this boy's gonna bite us. I like that Jonathan was like, no, I think we're good.
I found your research on the antidote. The tears of the angels. What ingredients did you use?
Once I understood what the ingredients were, I used the tears of King Richard and the pure blood of the valiant Boadicea.
King Richard and Boadicea? How did you find such relics?
It took me many years to locate their hiding place. Then I had to learn the formula. If I recall, it belonged to an ancient brotherhood. The Order of St. Paul, I believe.
And did it work?
Yes. The tears cleansed my poor Elizabeth's blackened heart. It was such a blessing to see her smile again.
I found and defeated the disaster that was threatening to smite London. You should know that the city is safe for now, Sir William.
Then may I call you brother? Did you resist its poison? Even a scratch from a beast so evil could endanger you and all those you care for.
You also defeated one in 1666. Who was it?
She was a malicious witch who spread plague throughout the city with her army of rats. She had been hiding in a bakery in Pudding Lane for months when I finally found her.
How did you defeat it?
We fought for hours. In the end, I had to lock her in St. Paul's Cathedral.
And light it on fire?
Burn the building down.
Weird, I read that somewhere.
I wanted to be sure she was destroyed.
The blood of hate. How does it affect you? Do you feel it now?
The blood of hate? Yes. Nothing more than a sneeze, really. A sneeze held for so long, you could blow a fortress down if you released it.
I would like to ask you about vampires.
Vampires? What about them?
Considering your experience, please tell me what you know.
They are terrible creatures. I have seen and fought many in my time. Foul temptresses with sharp claws and shrieking beaks.
I have never seen such a creature. What are you talking about?
Of course you've never seen a creature like them. Vampires are deadly, swift and implacable.
Where did you encounter such creatures?
The last time I saw one was in a Celtic temple near Salisbury. A terrible and god-forsaken place full of ghosts and pestilence.
Can we speak about the Morrigan?
The Red Queen? What of her?
You met her, did you not?
Just once, but she never ceased to sing to me. I love her song. It is a song of blood and war. I only wish she would sometimes let me rest.
Do you know who she is?
I don't want to discuss this in front of my sweet Elizabeth.
Why?
For a time, she too could hear the Red Song. The steps she danced to its melody brought pain upon the world.
Do you remember Myrddin, your maker?
Only God is my maker, for he created everything on this earth. He blessed me with eternal life through his archangel, Michael.
But Myrddin, Michael, is a vampire. He made you a blood-sucking creature of the night.
Blood, yes. I used to drink it from the throats of the unworthy. Then I was punished for my deceit. During my penance, I rely entirely upon my sweet Elizabeth.
Tell me about Elizabeth. How was she infected?
I do not wish to discuss it.
Please, Sir William. I need to know what the blood of hate is. How is it transmitted?
After defeating the disaster in St. Paul's Cathedral,
He
I
bit
returned
her.
to my retreat.
We've read this, Jonathan.
This is where my sweet Elizabeth found me.
Yeah, Lady Ashbury's like, I'm gonna make some tea, y'all.
Across the sea.
I'll be back later.
Where is this retreat you mentioned?
In London, under Temple Church, beneath my empty tomb. I always loved to sleep there while listening to the bell above.
What happened then?
The blood of hate had twisted me into a rage-filled man. I attacked my progeny and infected her too. Forgive me, Elizabeth. I failed you.
You bit her again. Is that how she was infected with the disaster's blood? I think I understand now.
Elizabeth fled, and I fell to my knees, begging for forgiveness. I swore I would find a way to make things right.
Elizabeth was eating people at the hospital when they were not quite dead yet. Correct? She wasn't waiting until they died to sup, right? Does that mean that her biting these people was also spreading the disease? So, like, it wasn't technically Swansea's fault? She said she made sure they wouldn't come back.
How did you meet Elizabeth?
Times were tough.
She drank them until they were actually dead.
I had awakened to protect the land from a new plague. I heard her sing for her dead family. Singing for her death to come. I chose to save her.
When was that?
It was so long ago. A few years after Elizabeth of England and Catherine of France established their alliance against Spain.
What did you do?
I raised her as my progeny. After she left to see the world, I rebuilt her deceased parents' inn. Owned it as William Thorne for a time. Those were good years.
Thorne, huh?
Did you really sacrifice yourself to save her?
That was the only righteous path. The blood of hate made me betray her. I am at peace.
No, we turned our sister by smooching her, right?
About what I've done and how I failed.
We bit her and then... Right? Anyway.
Do you not want to be cured?
No. This hunger is mine. I would feel empty without it. It has been part of me for so long. All I want is quiet. Silence.
You agreed to be confined here, then?
Yes. Once I was sure she was cured, I asked to be locked down here. I deserve it. The world needs it.
We could set you free. Let you out. Isn't that what you want?
I pray for the day I'll see the sky again. I have all but forgotten its colors. I could walk and do so many things beneath the stars. But I doubt it will be wise to release me.
Then will you stay here and repent?
Elizabeth told me it will not be long now. I cannot wait to feel the sweet caress of her hand on my cheek after so long as she releases me. Has the time come?
Yes, Father.
Why not unleash me then? To see the sky a final time?
You already are the sky, and all its stars.
I'm not defeated, for I welcome the sword you bear, for it is mine.
You were never defeated, my lord. Farewell, Father. And to you also, Jonathan.
What do you mean?
I can't stand what I've become. This healthy carrier, as you put it. The flames will purify the poison that runs in my veins.
No! I won't allow this to happen.
I am death, Jonathan. Wherever I go, I can't stand it.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, champion of Myrddin, chosen to save England from the vampire epidemic. I could cure you.
What do you mean?
We are creatures of blood, Elizabeth. Everything about us is in our blood. With time, I could perfect the antidote William Marshall gave you. Trust me, for time is on our side.
Oh, a kiss that doesn't have the
That is a risk I cannot
crazy
take.
eyes.
Jonathan, I won't bring another such disaster into this world.
Elizabeth, no. Trust me. I can save you.
How could I trust you, Jonathan? How could I take such a chance?
I'll stay here with you then. As long as we must, until I find a cure.
You have no idea what you're talking about, Jonathan. Despite his madness, William was strong enough to starve for centuries. I doubt we can do the same.
That's where you're wrong, Elizabeth. Since I murdered my poor Mary after my rebirth, I vowed to never take a life again, and I've succeeded.
Yes! Yes!
I have the strength of character. I'm not like William. I'm not like you.
Oh, it had a benefit. It had a benefit. It had a benefit.
Oh, Jonathan, if only this could be true. I really don't know.
We'll run away. Go to the deepest forests, the highest mountains. Untouched by man, we'll hide in solitude until I find a cure.
Do you trust me then?
Until the end of the world, my love.
So worth it.
One prayer for the summoned, called by this song. Child born from darkness, whose path he must find. Now the song is sung and your path chosen. England is safe, for you have prevailed. I wish you a peace duly earned for the centuries yet to come. And they will come. I bid thee farewell, my champion bittersweet. My queen sleeps once again, and I'll soon join her slumber. Until alas she rises, woken by the hunger never fed.
Wait, so what is the ending like if you do eat somebody? The other endings are actually way better than this. What? No. There are 4 endings. If you eat, she walks into the fire. Oh, she kills herself? What? There's a few different ones depending on how many you eat. Oh, shit. If you eat a lot of people, she walks into the fire. I ate a guy, and I think I got this ending. If you kill Aloysius instead of not turning him, you and Ashbury lock yourselves in the castle to discover the cure. Interesting. You turn Dr. Swansea and the old guy, but leave the others alone. You and Elizabeth stay locked up in the castle. Oh. If you eat everybody, you watch her walk into the fire, and then you move on to become the vampire scourge of the earth. Oof. I ate 3 people. I got the semi-good ending where you try to save her. Oh, like she still walks into the fire, but you try to stop her? But if you eat enough people, you just like watch her walk into the fire and then are like, well, guess I'll go kill people. Old Bridget comes back in one of the endings? What? She says she won't trust you and that you're a monster. Oh, damn. If you eat just some people, she walks into the fire and you cry about your loss. I liked this ending. Guys, we did it. We beat the game. I'm so happy. I'm so happy we beat it. What a delight. We beat it. Yes. I can move on with my life. I'm so excited. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. Let me read off all of this stuff that I missed. Zeph Norto, thank you so much for subscribing. Hun Bullseye, thank you for the 9 months. Happy Twitch, baby. Coop Class, thank you so much for subscribing. Ty94, thank you so much for the donation. Ravelin, thank you so much for the 2 months. Fluffy McFlufferton, thank you for subscribing. OMG, a poo-poo laser, thank you for the 11. Hemantep, thank you for the 2. Light, thank you for the 5. Elizar and Vazy, thank you guys for subscribing. Library Lad, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Bellerfontes. Daryl Biggums, thank you for the 23. Farron Crafts, thank you for the 13. That Jim Guy, thank you for subscribing. Bounty Roger Gaming, thank you for the 4. Tomothy, thank you for the 23. Malumadu, thank you for the 1 year. Raiden, thank you so much for the 3 months. Walt sent me, thank you for subscribing. Linkus, thank you for the 7. Canacola, thank you for the host. Joan XIV, thank you for subscribing. And Mjow Semjow, thank you for subscribing as well. Okay, I'm going to read off the list of all of the new subscribers for the day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me while we beat that game. I'm going to be sending everybody over to Felicia Day's stream. So if you're going to take off while we're reading these off, please check them out. And if not, have a fantastic day. And I hope that we'll see you again next time. Next time that I stream will be on Monday. So I'll see you then. And let's read all these off. Thank you so much to Bluish, Halifel, Jattern, Something More Different, Miss Natural Fibers, Dakota, Fluffy Ducks, Drake Seiler, Caffeinite, Static Pencil, 8-9, Alt Royalty, Bexters, Kelly Nicole, Ace Angel, Mishua, Lady Jan, Haluja, Bye Bye Gurgi, Sarah Barnett, Grumpy Grendel, Hugh, Endabushes, Zen, Duchess of Sass, Viction, Ankoa, Mighty Deacon, Houdino, Nikki Bedna, Tyroglyphus, Shards, You Are the One That I Want, Tassaman, Mr. Sandman, Happle, Pensmondingo, Arms Like Noodles, Soul Hamster, B. Taylor, Ravelin, Reginald K, Someone to Be, Colt Fever, Bink Badass, Book Llama, B9 Chomps, Otter Scotch, Matt Zan, Midnight O'Maiden, Pip Hop, Existential Alpaca, Southern Vices, Person Named Jeff, Robin Hoods, Future Slang, E-Deezy, Usinable, Cola the Doctor, My Fair Pixel, Maladorf, Gaming Experiences, Jimmy, Lamas, Thick Anime Waifus, Thiot, Kim, Draylin, Coop, Fritz Cap, Cliche, Lady Foxfire, Radif, Super Rave Monster, RKSVI, Rintery, Daja Arn, Oronaut, Delelim, Garrett Lefebvre, Valo, Sin Kitty, Awkward Ryan, Calavara, Kesavo Wow, The Royalty of Mel, MK Mary, Zodiac Dreamer, Logan Braddock, Rabahu, Messy Koala, Nevik, It's Fubo, Bamfaria, Mert McGirt, Inside Override, Nighty, G Merc, Vildevic, Trestinat, Zep Nordo, Hamster, S. Wheatley, Coop Class, Devon Gonzo, Fluffy McFlufferton, Human Tep, Bellerafantes, Vazy, Elizar, Light Raiden, That Gym Guy, Haunt Arendt, Chris Aviel, Walt Sent Me, Linkus, Joan, and Mjow Semjow. Thank you guys so much. So many new subs, so many resubs, so many gifted subs. I super appreciate it. I hope that you guys have a fantastic day. I will see you next time. And Denki.